do some work on the heavy bag, practice my combinations. I went to the Muay Thai fights last week.
Oh, wow.
So I was considering signing up for one. And I was telling Jake, like, 50% of those guys could fucking really beat my ass. And then 50% I could beat their ass. And so I'm not going to do it.
You don't like those odds?
I need the odds to be much better. I need, like, a year of, like, hardcore sparring to, like, I want to walk in there to know that I'm going to fucking blow through the guy.
Do you have a sparring partner?
Yeah, I mean, I spar with my coach, so, but he goes hard. And he got up there, he fought and lost.
Oof.
So, yeah. So that's, yeah, the guys at my gym were like, hey, you should sign up for this. And then I found out they're all signing up for it. And like, they're all fucking murderers. Like stone cold killers. I'm like, I'm not going to fight in the same fucking tournament as you. You know, when like you could beat my ass. Like that's not, you know. But who knows? Maybe I should have done it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it next time. Yeah. Probably not. I'm fucking 46 years old and I'm a dork who plays Dungeons and Dragons. And I also don't need any more brain damage than I already have.
True.
Yeah, I probably never need to get kicked in the head again. I've done it.
You know, that's never happened to me, and I can say the same thing.
Yeah. Have you ever been horseback riding in the forest?
No. You got guts for it.
If you're riding on a horse and you hit a branch pretty hard, like that's what it feels like. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, jeez, that isn't good.
Yeah, that's not. This is true. Good. Fact statement. Right
so yeah, that was, and then one thing I enjoyed about last week is that fucking fight was one of the best D&D battles I've ever had in my life because I thought we were all gonna die, and I kind of half expected some Deus Ex Machina to come, like, okay, the wall temporarily opens and other guards come in to help you or something. It's like and that didn't happen, and I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. Like we're all gonna fucking die. And then we didn't, and that was awesome. And what was something that someone else did that I liked? I always like a lot of stuff that you guys do. I gotta say that Una's in character charging forward with a single hit point to go for the kill was exactly what that person would do. Despite a player not wanting their character to be permanently killed, like you did what the character would do. So that was great. Cool.
For a session that I'm going to DM next week
Nice.
with my family and another family we know. So
that's cool.
So it was my birthday yesterday, and I told my family, "Don't give me anything."
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. And I said, "Don't give me anything. Let's play some D&D." And I'm forcing my 14-year-old son's like been wanting to play, so that'd be great. But my 17-year-old senior high school daughter who thinks the nerds in the D&D group at school are not the people she hangs out with is going to be forced to play. And,
yep.
It'll be fun.
How old are you, if you don't mind asking?
53.
You fucking look great.
Oh my God.
You taking you use retinol or anything?
No, you're too kind, Lord Hans.
I'm just completely selfish.
A commoner.
Whenever I see somebody, I'm 46, so if someone's like 50 plus and looks good, I'm like, so tell me, exactly what are you eating and like putting on your face? Yeah.
It's all that lawyering.
Yeah, it is not that.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's more.
So I'm really excited. I've been cooking up something in my head, and I just also it's given me as if I couldn't appreciate you enough, Jake. And trying to put this together and thinking about things and how much fun it is and how much work it is. Every session you put together is just. I begin to get the understanding of all that's behind it. It's amazing.
Not only does he put it together, but he practices it too,
I know,
which is
and
like unheard of.
Drives.
I know. I love that part of the playback. It's like, yeah, I didn't know he would do that. It was unexpected. When I play tested it 10 times.
Yeah, like whoa.
And then
We would want to accidentally kill everyone.
well, accidentally, right? And then retelling, it was so great. You know, last spell slot, last chance to do anything. 3 of us down, and was it disadvantage? I forget.
Disadvantage.
And it was in the in the crunch time you performed and took all but took the queen completely out. It was amazing. It was real.
Yeah.
Penultimate blow. Yes, and Tim shouted out Una running in for another hit at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
In character.
Yep.
Ready to die.
Yep.
All right, Julie.
Yeah. Well, I made a new friend. Which I'm excited about.
That's impressive.
Because I'm taking this writing class. Well, that's the thing. I'm taking this writing class and it finishes next week, and I'll be in that final class. I will have finished my second original TV pilot,
Nice.
Yeah.
which is really great. And my first original TV pilot made it through 2 rounds of a something or other, and
Woo.
I'm in the semifinals of something or other.
Nice.
But when I started taking this class, they're very small. There's only 8 people in the class, and one of the other people was a musician that I'm a fan of.
Oh, cool.
And he's like a geek gamer rapper, and then through the course of the class, and it's weird because he's somebody who's always been like 1 degree of separation because we have a friend of common, but I don't know him and I never met him, but our lives parallel. Like we both were at NYU at the same time. Whatever. Anyway, and then I was trying to play it cool and not be like, oh my god, you're that rapper that I love. And then he reached out to me outside of class because he's like, I really like your feedback on stuff, and can I send you my pages independently?
Wow, that's
And then
cool.
now we've become total like geek
Yeah.
buddy
Nice.
friends. And I just think it's so random and great. And the little kid in me is like,
It's rare to make friends at our age.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, like he just went through a gnarly divorce, and he's like trying to live his life on a better thing, and he has a kid, so we have all these like parenting music, we have all the same references, we're the same age, you know, it's like very weird and random to be like, it's fun, but that's been very entertaining. And for last time, I think I said this last time too, but I loved Daphne. There was me being a dummy and running in, but then Daphne giving me healing even when she knew it was her own demise, and
Yes.
being like, avenge me!
Too good.
Too well.
Don't waste it.
Yeah, don't waste this.
Come back for me.
Yeah.
And I just thought, if I could make a more general note, it was just such an amazing battle, and so well like distributed too, like everybody, yeah, like the team, it felt like we'd hit like peak group teamwork, everybody's, you know, strengths and stuff coming into it was awesome.
Yay.
Loved it.
Awesome. Yeah. I agree with everything that is said. I feel like I do like how you pressed on with 1 hit point. I do like how you healed her instead of yourself, and you were just like, do it, and then you go down like immediate. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff in there. The battle itself is super fun. I guess we could have always just like hit the button earlier to open the shields,
Oh.
but that wouldn't have been as interesting.
Jake had something cooked up.
Yeah. Jake had something good.
I never thought of that.
As soon as she hit the buttons and the shield went up, I was like, oh, I guess we could hit that button too. But it was so far away.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was a lot of cool ideas.
One interesting thing, I've been starting posting stuff. Right now it's session 2 summary, and it's going to be session 3 summary as well, because I wasn't doing such a good job recording it back then. But I tried doing a YouTube advertising thing.
Oh, did you really?
It had like 20 views after 2 weeks. So yeah, it's very minimal. Like I've spent $12 on it, and it's but the first summary has 930 views now.
Wow.
2 subscribers. So for a channel that normally gets 10 to 20 views, that's pretty cool. So my idea is we post these summaries to sort of have the background of how we got to where we are, because the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are much more. The recording is better, and the story and whatever. So hopefully there are like 10 people out there that are like, oh, cool, I like this story. I want to see what happens next.
Are you gonna do pictures and stuff for the 2-hour version or 3-hour version?
Well, there is one session recording that's up, and I do pictures, but it's just like it changes like once every 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think that the second session summary pictures were
They're
fun.
so
They
good.
were.
They're
I was
so
after you did it that way. I was like, this is how it should be done. Because like I don't want to listen for 3 hours or whatever. But like if it's a summary and with the pictures, it's like very both multiple media engagement, which is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I like listening to D&D podcasts. I've been listening to NADPod is the one that I brought up last time, and I want to try some other ones. But, I as odd as it is, I like listening to an hour of people slogging through combat, because I'm like, well, how are they doing that? What are they doing? What are they doing with this skill or that skill? So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm just advertising the summaries, so we'll see how it goes. But it's fun for me to record it and put it up there. And 2 of you are completely anonymous, just Tim and Laura. People are like, who are those people? Who are Tim
So
and Laura?
enigmatic.
Let's see.
Well,
Stuff.
don't you use Lord Hans and?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we also say each other's names while we're around.
Gotcha.
Let's see. My wife went back to work, which is a total change in life. Siobhan went to daycare. So the day after she went to daycare, she got a cold.
Oh no.
Of course.
The very next day, my wife got a cold, and
No.
I pretty much kept. I think I got it, but I didn't like have sneezing and stuff. I just
Okay.
sort of was less energetic for a few days. I sort of pounded vitamins, but yeah. So now there's like. It's like we're trying to heat the house during the winter, and one window is open, like a window of germs is open, where that just pumps in through Siobhan. But
The vector.
so I've just been using a lot of hand sanitizer. There's a germ spray for when I'm like taking care of the baby. I'm like, oh, baby's covered in germs, scared of my own baby. And yeah, I'm the babysitter on Saturday and Sunday because Erin's working until March 15th. Erin is working Wednesday through Sunday. So
Ah.
she's the boss on Saturdays and Sundays. So I'm babysitting on Saturdays and Sundays. So my social life is very limited. So you guys coming and playing D&D is the highlight of social time. Although yesterday I went for a hike with the baby strapped to me with a friend. And that was
That's
cool.
nice. Where'd you go?
Millard Falls over here. It's a
yes.
half mile in and a half mile out, so
Okay, yeah, not
it's
bad.
really good for if you have a baby
Yeah.
strapped to you.
Yes.
Also, with all the recent rain and stuff,
Mm.
it's the only time I've ever seen it actually be a waterfall
Mm.
instead of a trickle.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually just
Yeah.
trickle.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh, it was
Cool.
like going.
oh yeah. I'll
wow.
show you some videos. Or I'll post them on Instagram too. But I had to cross the river 6 times, like through
Yeah.
the thick water stees. And yeah, the battle was really fun last time. You guys were awesome. I think everybody's got an inspiration point. Can someone recount what happened after the battle? Because I know the battle is emblazoned in our minds, but the rest of the session we were all like people who had just had sex. Like, what happened?
I remember we
They wanted
went
us to
and
pick
searched her rooms
Yeah.
and stuff, and we found the creepy note,
Mhm.
right?
It's in
And Hans had a vision of horrors with touching the holder for her necklace.
Right, so the creepy note was like, I pledge myself to Golethakaj and our mistress. And then Lord Hans got shocked by the necklace,
Right.
and he had a vision. Lord Hans, do you remember what was in your vision?
Yes, I was in a cave and I was looking and I felt 2 presences behind me, a male and a female. And the cave, I was looking at like fiery images, but to my left and to my right, I could sense that there were emissaries from Borgonia and what is it, Recinto?
Rocinante.
Rocinante. I could tell, and a feminine presence of incredible power was behind me, malevolent, and
That's sexy.
commanding,
Yes.
commanding us to kill for her, and that she would choose the best one. She was looking for some sort of star student of committing gruesome murder. And
Bum.
I tried to look behind me, but an unseen force compelled me to continue gazing forward. And then, when I came to, I was back with my companions.
So we had a note written in blood talking about ruling something.
And we also found a note that where she was learned about her intention to defund the Mages College.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
And therefore, I wish to speak to
The Archmage,
Yes, the Archmage, who is some sort of hairless blue humanoid that was summoned in a magical experiment.
We also want to talk to Hortense Bancroft, who is a figurehead in the temple that is Tactilius / Gazul. We may need to do a little recon first to figure out like structure, and there's like some inter-churchy politics, but she will probably know more about the Gazul connection.
And the Saucy and Arenhado guys just wanted to go jump in the pit.
Yeah. So there was a part where you all went into like a small sitting room and sat around with the lords, and they were all talking about what we should do next and stuff.
Yeah.
And the Arenhados want to jump in the pit.
Oh, we also learned or heard or used that the Bourbon Prime Minister guy's been acting strange too.
Yeah.
We were concerned that he's been acting weird.
Yeah.
Douche.
And there were, if I remember Lord Hans's description correctly, there were other people too there in addition to those
Yeah,
two.
there were 4 other people.
So other lands, presumably, perhaps.
So, a lot of directions the arrows are pointing. And also, out of story mode, you were talking about wanting downtime last time.
Oh, whatever. I just want to be able to, and it doesn't have to be at the table, but since I got the signet ring, I want to give it where it's supposed to go, even though it's pretty much worthless now.
Well, that's on the agenda today.
Okay.
But if anybody's thinking of anything that they're like, I wish I was doing this in my downtime, let me know, so I'll make sure that you have downtime to do it. You know, like if you're like, I really want to learn how to golf in my downtime,
Huh?
we'll build in some golf lesson time for your character. Also out of story character whatever today. So you got done with everything you were doing in the afternoon, and I think you returned to your apartments to sort of regroup and decide what to do next. So you may remember in the channel I was asking you to come up with some role-playing stuff, things you think about the other characters and whatnot. So what my rough sketch of what might happen today, and it could go anywhere, right, is we have some interesting interludes for Hasum, who never had his interlude from the other day, and for Daphne, who has something she needs to handle. And they might handle those things while y'all are chatting, interacting, role-playing, etc. Once we get that done, maybe you guys will go to sleep. But there's 2 big things on the agenda for the next day. One of them is a visit to the Mage College. Another is a visit to Tactilius and Gazul Temple. So those are some rough sketches of what's on my mind. And we got a picture of the city today, since no Zoom.
Yeah, I was also going to say I am super stoked to be in the right time zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yes, all of a sudden she's playing twice as hard.
Right. I'm like, kind of.
So you came out of the chamber, the meeting with the lords and everything. You've wrapped up the various things we were talking about, and it's around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you're standing around in your hallway. You've got this hallway with 6 bedrooms coming off of it, and that's been your sort of ad hoc headquarters so far.
We all have no spells left still, right? We've not rested now.
I believe you have not rested.
Oops.
I think you took a short rest in the courtyard.
Yep.
Did you use your arcane recovery? during that?
I'm sure I did use my arcane recovery.
Oh wait, I didn't. Okay, that's cool.
So there you are, in your hallway,
Mm-hmm.
standing around.
Ooh.
So anybody who did their homework regarding role-playing stuff and finding something to talk about, something, whatever I asked you to do, now's the time as you're standing around with each other. Also, now's the time to talk about anything you want and everything that just transpired.
Daphne, you mentioned that the leadership in Borgonia has been acting strangely.
Yes,
Can you elaborate on this?
oui, I think it is. I am speculating, but this individual has always been problematic, and I think it is very, very possible that he is wrapped up in all of this business.
When you say that, you mean is this the prince or?
No, well, maybe that as well, but I think perhaps the bigger picture Gazul problem.
You're asking about the political structure in Bourgogne?
Yes. Who is the leader there, and who's the leader who's acting strangely?
I gotta look up his name. Or do what's his?
It's the prime minister named Berlandine.
Yes.
He is a Putin-esque figure, as well as a whoever that Italian guy is.
Mussolini.
Berlusconi.
No,
Franco.
Berlusconi, the guy that did the bunga bunga parties.
Sounds
So
like a
he's-
fun guy.
He's a person who keeps getting elected president and then prime minister and then president and prime minister, and Daphne also knows that he's de facto head of a lot of the criminal organizations as well.
Mhm.
So
I don't know how much on that part, but and while I forgot, 100% she comes up with it right away. You know,
Mhm.
this is who he is. He's not a good guy. It would make sense.
Would
Is
you
that
say
why you
would
fled
say-
the country?
Well, it was multifactorial, I would say. Well, that's a talk for another time.
It seems like you don't want to go back.
No, not especially. Would you want to with someone like that in charge?
Well,
So
we've
we
seen
need
who
to
is in charge
overthrow.
here.
Yeah, you know, it seems like that can be on the agenda, but perhaps there are other things we want to do first. Anyways,
So as you guys are standing around, Hasem gets this vibe from nature itself. He just feels
Nature is calling!
like he just feels like he should go for a walk outside the castle. He gets the feeling.
Alright. Nature calls. Gotta go.
Would you like us?
Hassan, the toilets are over this way.
Would you like us to accompany you?
I don't know. Nah, meh.
Do you
let
sense
it live his
danger?
life, you can go.
I have no idea.
All right.
It's been such a day.
Doesn't matter.
Like, what
Doesn't
else
matter if
could
you go with
happen?
him or not.
But
So
he can turn into a squirrel and run away.
Be careful, my friend.
Always.
So
If
you're
you get
headed
lost,
you're headed out by
taste the
yourself?
dirt.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So you start heading out. So you guys are standing around in your apartments. What's on Jasper's mind?
Where can we get a drink? This has been such a day.
It has been a day.
Nobody's offered us any refreshments.
As you're saying this, some butler type comes by,
Hey, asking you shall.
drops off some refreshments and some food. There's like some like goose type cooked goose, really juicy on a platter,
Jasper's
and
feasting.
it's a Daniel Mussover sends his regards to the heroes of Castle Dagrin, and they put all these things on the floor in the hallway.
To pivot away from this conversation she does not want to have, I think she's going to go to Lord Hans. So do you want to share with those of us who are on the verge of death and who are not necessarily present for the entire fight? What's happened?
Yes. Well, let me see. It's been. I'm a little traumatized, so let me rack my
It's
memory.
okay. We can even just like hand wave. But
Jasper's just sitting down, kind of cross-legged.
Yes.
Eating like a.
Uno on the verge of
juice.
death, pressed the attack. I continued to fail in my spells until finally I got an acidic chromatic orb in the queen's face. I also did manage to turn one of the guards into an automaton seeking to get the queen's necklace off of her.
Wow.
But yes, we were almost all entirely killed. We were all a hair's breadth away from death, and I'm surprised that we made it through. The queen showed incredibly powerful magic and was obviously getting some sort of supernatural help. And I'm shocked that she died, and I really have no idea how to proceed with all the nobility. I wish that I could get some counsel from my uncle. Although he might just give me some bizarre riddle that had no practical meaning. They're a very cerebral lot.
Question: who's got the necklace right now?
I got the necklace.
That's right.
You got the necklace?
It's like wrapped up or something.
Yeah, it's
I thought I have the necklace because I was holding it next to the holder.
Yeah.
But then they took it off you.
Okay.
Yeah, when you were
Yeah,
freaking out,
when
you
you
took
were
it
having,
out.
your eyes turned black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you guys are talking, makes it out to the street, and you sort of go outside and of the castle, and the guards are looking at you like they know that you helped them, even though you're still wearing your broccoli gown from the banquet.
Yep. And a tiara.
Yep.
And a tiara, yeah. They nod at you with respect as if you were dressed more Lord Lily, and that's a word. And as you go out in the street, you see that people are acting a little strangely. You see a beggar holding up a tin cup, and the person looks down and suddenly realizes that they're an amputee. The person, you see the person look down at their arm and go, and be shocked, and then you see some other people who look like surprised and sad about something, and there's just kind of an overall feeling of people sort of discovering things. There's whispers, you hear whispering, and
Is this all happening as I get close to them, or is it just kind of been happening?
you're standing outside the castle in the dirt street, and you just see the people that are passing by reacting strangely, almost as if they're waking up from something. You see a person who's dressed very finely, like a aristocrat, start patting their pockets, sort of realizing that they don't have money, and sort of scurrying away. And there's just this general feeling in the air that people are kind of having strange realizations. So as you're seeing that, you see walking towards you down the street a dark-skinned halfling wearing nature-y type clothes. He looks a lot like you. He's walking down the street.
Hey, sup?
Hey.
I'm gonna speak in Druidic and see if he responds.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up? Hey.
Hey, awesome. What are you doing here? I'm just gonna be speaking Druidic only the whole time.
Well, so is he right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, what brings you over here, man?
Oh, yeah.
Druidic is chill as fuck.
That's what makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just going for a walk, you know? I like walking.
Nice, yeah.
My name's Stefan.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Hasem. Nice to meet you, Stefan.
You too. How do you spell your name?
Hasem.
Okay. Cool. My name's spelled Stiobhan. Pretty cool, huh?
That's, yeah, I can barely spell, so that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I know. It's like the only word I can spell. Hey, you seem really similar to me, man.
Could be.
All right, cut back to the hallway. cut back to the hallway with the steaming chickens and gooses on the ground in platters as y'all are standing around chatting.
Hey guys, speaking of magic, did you see the part where lightning shot out of my chest?
Yeah,
That
what was that?
wild.
Wasn't that?
What is
Oh,
that?
Can you do that
ability?
right now?
No.
Oh.
And
Do you
it,
want that to happen?
it had never happened before, so
Una, I think it's
I-
like you've reached a new level. I don't know.
Were you born with any kind of magical abilities?
well, not that I know of.
Well, it could be epigenetic, you know.
I'm a orphan, and I never was around any magic. I just worked on this boat, and everyone was pretty plain.
Mhm.
It was super regimented, and this has been a lot of chaos this last few while, and all this magic is like
How do you-
super new.
How do you feel when that happens? Like, what does that feel like? You're so powerful.
It was a whole other level that obviously I know what it feels like to fight and be in a rage and do stuff like that, but this was like, it felt like where I'm from. I don't know how to explain it. But this is the first time it's ever happened, and I was hoping that maybe some of you that seem to have a little more
Oh.
experience with.
I'd be happy to think back and do I have any? Let's see if I have any knowledge. What would I check that for? Is it Arcana? That is going to be an 18.
Okay,
Do I-
and so what are you trying to do?
Am I familiar with anybody with a syndrome of people unexpectedly having magical powers of, the sort of, lightning shooting out of one's chest in a rage and things like that, and what that could mean for an orphan half-orc barbarian?
Well, you've heard of something called wild magic,
Ah, yes.
where people can have magic sort of naturally born into them, and the magic can do random things. As to what it means for her, you know not.
Yes, I seem to remember there were discussions in my house about wild mages and wild magic, crazed fools who would go on about the weave this and the weave that, and I serve the weave. And some individuals do have these powers inborn into them, and their ability to control them kind of varies, and sometimes, they'll shoot lightning, and sometimes they'll turn you into a chicken, and sometimes they'll turn themselves into a chicken. So we've got a lot to look forward to.
Lots of delicious chicken.
So
Yeah.
Daphne, while they're talking, you get the feeling that because it's 4 o'clock and it's getting into the evening, that now would be a good time to try to go seek out Crunch and Snack.
Right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll see everyone at dinner.
Are you headed somewhere dangerous? Would you like some companionship?
No, I'll be fine, but I appreciate it.
All right.
One by one, our number diminishes.
Yes.
This is. I say the three of us stick together.
I'm feeling very rather vulnerable right now, and I perhaps wouldn't choose to go off alone, although...
Here, have some ale.
Thank you.
It's very
I
good.
feel like it's more goose for me.
Yes. I wonder though,
The Queen's Goose is cooked.
I don't think that I'd have time to go pop off and try to speak to my uncle at the compound, right? I think that's best saved for another day.
Right, I
Yes.
think that is probably
He's
higher
not going to
safe.
see me, yes.
Did you have anything else you wanted to tell her about the wild magic stuff?
I think that this is a gift that you should be proud of, and I think it speaks to parentage and ancestry that are probably something special. And it certainly was incredible to see in battle. It's not usual for a warrior to be doing something that only a mage could do. I must say I was a little jealous of your lightning bolts.
Yeah, and you've never seen a half-orc in the first place.
Yes.
You've never seen anybody with this ability born into them, but you've also never seen a half-orc in the first place.
Yes.
So something special is going on here.
Very exciting and
Sometime, can you
special.
teach me how to do that? I wish I knew.
So while you guys are talking, we'll cut back out to the street. We'll understand that Daphne is making her way out of the castle, and there you are with your new homie Stefan. He's like, yeah, you know, druids are cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Glad I got a chance to speak druidic today.
Yeah, I barely ever speak it anymore, so it's nice to practice it again. Have you heard of anything called Galatha Kosh before?
Galatha what?
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't
Keep
know.
smoking.
I've been trying to like, learn more about it, but it's bad juju, man.
Man, I don't know. I'm just an apprentice druid anyway. I'm learning, you know.
Who are you learning from?
Oh, there's this really cool druid lady named Salali Buck. She's very regal. Yeah.
Where's
cool word.
Where's Salali Buck Regal?
Well, I'm not supposed to tell anybody where she is or how I know her or anything, but I can tell you places around town where you might find druids.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't even know there's druids in these places around town.
Well, it's great to meet someone who looks almost exactly like me. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So you want to know where there's druids?
totally.
Okay. Well, there's this place called the Heart, and it's not like your heart, but it's like the heart, like a deer, you know. That's it's like these people that like to do good things, and it's like a club sort of, the Heart. So there's druids in that. And then there's also like groups of druids in the temple of Lugler and Jaith, the hummingbird one, and there's also druids in the temple of Mufinder and Fetlon, you know, the dog and the turkey one. So you know, you can check those out. Yeah, I'm not supposed to say what I'm up to right now, but I'm supposed to keep doing stuff. But
You need help?
no, I'm just supposed to get. I mean, I'm not supposed to say, but no, but you know, I'm sure I'll see you around, right?
Yeah, man.
Especially you know, if you check out one of those places, maybe we'll run into each other again.
Totally. And if you need like, you know, druidic, you know, support, you let me know, man.
Well, what are you doing? I mean, I know I'm not saying much about what I'm doing, but what are you doing?
I think I'm trying to like save the world.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's been a process, man. I don't know if I'm getting any closer, but we did just like kill the queen here for some reason.
What? What? You killed the queen?
Yeah, she was like.
As he says that, like some people that are walking by are like, what?
Wait, is he not talking to druidic anymore?
Like they recognize the word queen. The word queen in druidic is just queen.
Yes, queen. Yeah, she was like real evil, man. She was like doing some bad stuff.
Wow, the queen was bad? Wow.
Yeah,
That's
super
crazy.
bad.
So you killed the queen?
Yeah, I like ripped her face off.
What? Whoa. That's crazy.
Stefan's real name's Spicoli.
Here, and he gives you like a nut that has something carved into it, like a little symbol.
Yeah, I'll take
And he says, well, if you wanna get in touch with me again, just show this to some druids and they'll tell you where I am.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Definitely will.
All right, man. I gotta go do some stuff.
Alright, you do that stuff that you say you gotta do.
Yeah. Druids for life.
Druids for life. And we do our hand signal, whatever that is.
Yeah. He spelled out druid.
Yeah, druid. Yeah, spell druid. So, yeah.
And he's out. Okay, back to the hallway. You guys hanging out talking. Who's next to sally forth with some wordage?
Jasper, you must be so worried about your mom.
I am.
Yeah, should we go find either the herb or the lichen next? I think, I don't want to forget about that while we're...
I feel like that's so necessary for me, but it's like this is on one part of the scales is my dear mom, and the other part is, I don't know, all of existence.
Mhm.
But yes, that's what I would like to do. That's what I feel compelled to do. But I thought we could talk about what would be the next steps once we leave the city.
And who do we want to end up being on the throne, if anybody?
Lord Hans, have you ever
I
had?
assume that there should be
You
a
would- you would
throne
be
at
a-
all.
You would be a wise ruler, Lord Hans.
Ah, yes. I wholeheartedly agree, but House Tamerwind stays out of politics, and there's a reason that
That's good.
I don't think the noble houses would support one of my kind, and at this moment my own house wouldn't support me, or even claim me for that matter. So I think you have a better chance of sitting the throne than me at this point,
Flatter
Jasper.
this commoner, please.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, if I had my druthers, I mean, we do have some time, it looks like, to save my mother, or at least to help her. But that would be, if we had not learned what became clear in your vision, I think that's what I would have advocated for.
I think that I must say, I think that there might be an advantage to the prince, not only for the stability of the kingdom, but, for the royal lineage, but also because of his obvious malleability. I think the prince would be a ruler who would support us in whatever we wanted to do, and would go along with whatever plan we had to save the kingdom or whatever else.
Well, his malleability depends on who's malleating him.
I think I agree, and I think that it should be us.
Yeah, it should be, but will it be? That's your question. I mean,
I think
what
so.
about homegirl? Your ex?
Oh yes, well there is the small matter of.
I bet she
her
could
fear.
malleate him a bit.
That is quite possible, and I wonder what their relationship is nowadays. Well, all the more reason for us to stay close to the prince to prevent her from latching hold of him and getting her, demonic succubus fangs into his heart, as is her nature.
Well, if we
You
end
sure
up going
could
to,
pick them.
Yes, I would sooner trust a viper than I would that woman.
Remind me, is the prince, I forget the rule, old enough to rule on his own, or he would have to have some sort of?
He's 16.
Regent.
I think that he.
He can rule.
Yes.
I feel very good about Mussover. He seems like a natural leader with a lot of wisdom, but I know he probably can't assume the throne himself. But if he could somehow guide the prince.
So we hold that thought, hold it tight and fast, as we cut to Daphne,
Okay.
who has emerged from the castle. She sees Haslam down the street, like waving goodbye to somebody who looks very similar to him. And
for life.
throwing up a sign, a druid sign. So as you see him, you also see an 8-year-old street urchin, like kind of catch your eye and flash his hand at you, showing a red and blue slash on it, and he disappears down an alleyway.
Be casual about this, but I will follow.
So you start following along down this alley, down a side street, going for a good ways, and he stops in front of a shop that has a picture of a knife above it with like little lines, and through the door you can hear sort of a high-pitched whine.
Great. I'm gonna look around just to make sure there's nobody else hanging out in the alley, if that's cool.
Yeah, so you, why don't you roll perception?
Yeah. 12.
Everything looks pretty chill.
Alright.
The
Yeah.
urchin's kind of like,
Yep.
and then he runs off.
Yeah. I'll, before he goes, I'll give him a gold piece.
Ah, he thanks you. First he bites it, and then he thanks you.
Right.
He's very cute and 8 years old. And he bites into it with his jagged little teeth, and he looks at it, and his
I know,
eyes light
right?
up.
Yes.
He's like, and then he just runs away.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright.
so, yeah, so you're in
go
front
in.
of this. Okay, so you go inside, and there is a 40-ish-year-old guy who's tall and gangly, a human, gaunt, and he's standing in front of a big rotating stone wheel, and he is sharpening a knife.
Uh-huh.
And there's like a table of stuff next to him. There's scissors, some kind of scalpel-y type thing, and this guy is pumping a pedal and sharpening things. And sparks are flying, and as you come in, he sort of arches an eyebrow at you and smirks, and then jerks his head to the back.
Right. Thank you. And then we'll go.
So yeah, it's kind of a small claustrophobic shop, kind of like if you were in a key maker's shop or something.
Right.
And he's gesturing to the back room that you would assume is like a storage room or some such. So you head in there, and it's kind of dark and dusty. There are piles of knives and broken sharpening machines, and it appears to be like just an empty, shabby storeroom.
I know it is not. So I will find maybe a crate or something to sit on and wait.
Okay, you sit on a crate. Cutting back to our druid. So you've gotten some new information. What are you in the mood for?
Are any of these places close by?
None of them are close by, but you think you have time. You have time to make it to one of them and back before it gets dangerously late.
I mean, the heart, people doing good sounds good. I'll check that out.
All right. So this is in the. This is in the yes city. This is way over here in Alliance Square is where you're going.
Oh, okay.
So the druid guy told you a little bit about the Heart headquarters that you'd be heading to, and he told you it's in Alliance Square, and that it's basically a giant brick building that says John's Brick Factory out front. And so that's where you're headed to across the city. So you head there, and let's cut back to our hallway. Our adventurer is standing around with the chicken and goose getting cold and the wine and such.
So
And getting less and
one
less.
one other thing to consider is this Lady Peel Killshow in Parvus with her standing army. And she has been brought up as a candidate for the monarchy, but it would be of interest to talk to her because she lives where the cure for your mother is.
What?
And it seems like we should, not leave that stone unturned, if for no other reason than it's just a place, we could help your mother and potentially find a good monarch for the kingdom and potentially find a standing army to back us up. We will need armed support, although it doesn't seem like we're lacking for it at the moment. It could be that she's a solution.
it is, I think you say so many wise things, Lord Hans, and I have to confess, I'm a little hesitant to go to my homeland. But given that is where the cure for my mother's ailment is, the cure for the
There
thing
was
that
something
postpones
else.
it.
I
Well, one of
gotta
the
check
cures
those too.
Yeah.
is located, I feel like maybe you're right. Yeah,
That's true. One of them is in the, I forget too, one of them is in the Elven Kingdom.
One of them was northeast of Liebenstag by Borgone, northwest
Was
of
that the-
Elvendel. That's the Maiden's Burden, the cure.
that's the cure. And that's in Liebenstein.
The lichen, which treats it, is in Parvus. So that's what I was trying to say, is if it's anywhere near Borgone, if we're gonna check on the weird guy in Borgone,
Oh, Liebenstein.
I don't know why I wrote that.
I would favor
Maybe we
going
could
for the
find
cure.
the
I mean,
Maiden's
if we have to
Burden.
do,
Alright.
I had to cure my mother, and we could also perhaps, although it's in Liebenstein, which is not a friendly place, we could perhaps
Northeast of Liebenstag.
in Burgoyne, we think.
That's-
It would, we may be able to also try to liberate another
Yes,
land.
or at least begin gathering allies in Burgone and alerting whoever we can trust that something is going on.
I say that's the path. But of course, we must confer with the others.
And Daphne
Who have disappeared
doesn't
one
seem
time.
And
to
speaking of the others, we'll cut to Daphne, who's still sitting in a dark, small storeroom.
He likes to make his dramatic entrances.
So after 5 or 10 minutes pass, the knife sharpener guy sort of peeks in the room and he goes, "You gonna go in or what?" And then he goes back to.
Go in, wait, oh, I
sharpening
didn't realize
his-
there was another room, sorry,
knife.
yeah, I'll go. Wait, do I know about another room?
You don't.
Okay, well, can I look for it? And I'm like, ah, this is so
Yeah.
rude.
Roll perception.
Alright. Nope, it's an 8.
Uh,
Come on!
You don't notice anything.
Great. Yes, I'm like, Crenshin!
You feel like you should know better, but you can't find anything in this room.
No, it's been a day, I almost died. I don't know. I guess I could try, I'm not as good at it, but I could try investigation.
Alright, take a stab at it.
Look for it, I don't know. It's an 11.
Sure. 11.
Great.
So describe your investigation.
She's like rolling her eyes like I'm too old for this shit, you know, and starts like poking around, and I think she's probably used to like false walls and stuff like that, so like knocking around, and looking for like disturbances and dust and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you see some dust disturbances near a small crate. You move the crate to the side, and there's like a dark wood, probably like this tall, sort of 2 foot tall, little door behind the crate.
Okay, well, in I go.
So you go in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you head in there, and as you open the door, it's a very thick little door. It's a big square, and it's quite thick. And as you open it, you hear pleasing fiddle music coming out of the area behind it. And I just want to get some pleasing fiddle music here. Here we go. You hear some pleasing fiddle music coming out from behind this little door that you just opened, and you hear quiet chatter and some low light. And as you head in through this door, you find a fine dining room where there are 4 masked nobles sitting, spooning soup into the lower part of their masks and talking in low voices. In the center of the table is a giant sea turtle, upended with its innards stewified.
Sure.
It's like a big sea turtle turned into stew in the middle of the table. And there's Crunch and Snack is sitting at the head of the table.
Well, this is not what she foresaw. Who the fuck are these people? But I guess she will see if she can catch his eye from the doorway to try to not draw attention.
So he sees you looking at him, and as you look a little closer, you notice that the nobles are not exactly enjoying the soup. They're making little faces and stuff while they eat it. But Crenshin is slurping it, slurping the soup down with little guts and dribbles and stuff, and smiling a toothy grin. And he says, "My darling, we must speak where ears cannot pick out our words. Follow me."
Okay.
So he takes you into a room that he takes you into a room to talk to you that you immediately recognize as some kind of poison workshop. There's all sorts of beakers and flasks and different stains on different things and tables and stuff. And
I'm trying not to be excited because I'm irritated. But so should be like, who are those people?
Well, mon cher, we must cultivate all of our resources, must we not?
Right, I just did not think I would have worn something nicer if I knew I was hobnobbing.
Well, you know, the hobnobbing can happen any time in our line of work. One moment you're in a knife shop in a store, the next you're in a fine dining establishment. You never know. So I always dress the part. The very almost black-skinned gnome with white hair and a nice little blue suit is addressing you in this way.
Okay, well then I'm gonna pull out the signet ring and like flick it over.
And he sort of catches it like that, and oh, thank you so much.
I don't know how fast word has traveled, but Aloysius is dead, and so is the queen.
What?
It was a busy day,
I have been here entertaining my guests.
right?
Aloysius and the queen are dead. How did they die?
Well, they were helped along, you know, by my party and I. They had it coming, I promise.
Oh my.
So I know that ring is probably not going to be of use to you now, but I fulfilled my promises.
Well, I will wear it for fun.
It should be like, there's more. It seems that there is a big bad that is coming, and it, in addition to involving the queen,
Yes.
involves our friend in Bergon.
A big bad? What do you mean? Tell me more.
Well, you know, we don't know quite yet, but you know, I'm going to the temple later, but it seems a being who is very powerful and will perhaps bring about the end of the world.
The end of the world? Oh my.
Listen, we're working on it, but we're leaving the city pretty soon. I'm not sure where we are going, but do we have any friends in Parvus?
Always. We have friends in every corner. Yes, if you decide to head to Parvus, I will introduce you to my friend, Cyril, and she will help you. And for you, and he sort of reaches behind his back, he pulls out a tiny leather sack
Ooh,
and hands it to you.
jingle jingle.
I want to thank you for delivering this ring, although it is less useful now, it is good to have, and you always are a person of your word, so I give you this small bag. It does not jingle.
Or we'll look inside.
Well, you see a rare black pearl
Ooh,
worth 500 gold pieces.
beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, I want to thank you for doing this mission for me, and of course for keeping your mouth shut while you were in jail.
She's going to say as well, because our friend is involved, I think my timeline is going to be shorter. My friends are championing at the bit to go to Bergon, but I'm not strong enough yet. I'm only going to get one shot.
That is interesting because this pearl is prepayment for a difficult task that I must ask you.
Like, no such thing as a free lunch. What?
Yes, you see, Daphne. And we cut to our hallway people. So, do we remember the thought we were holding? Or we can start.
We were just idly chatting about plans and what we should do next.
And I had suggested, I like that Mussover seems like the kind of person who should have some sort of influence, if not actually sitting and talk this around.
They seem, yes, he does, I like the cut of his jib. Why not?
You guys ever considered that the whole system is shit?
Yes, but, I thought about a new system and I went and joined that children's rebellion, and all I can tell you is it would be 100 times worse to have that sort of movement and power, perhaps.
Every great play needs a director.
Well, tell me more about Parvus and why you don't want to go, because that sounded, Una's had quite a few. Because that sounded...
I can't believe they gave us some brandy too.
Thank you.
Brandy, yeah.
Because that sounded nice. It was like, what, like 100 people running the place and everybody's nice? It sounded nice when they described it to me, but no, maybe it was not.
My people, the people from which I came, my blooded people, are yes, it's a wonderful land, I think, from what I remember, from what I hear. But when faced with danger and evil that is afoot in this world, I don't think their path is the one to follow. They've been enslaved before, like my parents were, and they don't fight back. They believe in something great that I stand in awe of it, but I just don't think it's a realistic path forward. I also have to say I'm not sure how they will receive me. I mean, we could go, but I need to, I want to help my mother, and also we have to do this all. We have to save the world, and we all have to do it in time for me to be back for the great acting challenge, the competition. And so we have a lot on our list.
What are you going to do with the acting challenge? You've been thinking about
I've been
material?
thinking about, something inspired by these events. I don't know, I'm working on it. It's been a busy few days.
Is there any of us who actually has a home that we're welcome in? A homeland?
I don't even know where it is.
Well, my homeland is here in Elenia Toth, where I was raised.
Ah.
The guys on the boat told me I was dropped by a turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah.
They clearly.
That's funny.
Just
And we'll cut to our druid,
I think we're getting more drunk.
who has traipsed across town and has arrived at what appears to be John's brick factory. It's a large brick building, and it's on a square that has some other beautiful buildings that have symbols in front of them. You can assume that these are other factions and clubs and organizations in the city, but this appears to be a boring brick factory.
Is the door open?
You see some stone stairs that go up to a set of double wooden doors that are ajar.
Okay, I'll just go inside then.
Okay, so you head inside and you see what looks like a brick factory. There's some strong people hammering on things and squishing things together and putting things through things, and there are, sparks and sacks of things laying around. Generally, some sort of brick factory, and the people that are working turn and look at you, and they see how you're dressed, and sort of nod to themselves and get back to work. Nobody really says anything to you. There's another door on the far side of the sort of warehouse-like room that they're all working in, from which a light is coming, and the people continue their work.
Is everybody working, or is there somebody like not working but like pretending like they're doing something?
Roll perception.
17.
Everybody is actually working, but they all look like they're shitty at brick making.
Okay. I'll just sort of walk towards the other door.
Okay, so you walk across the room and you see the people that are working sort of exchanging glances with each other, and you walk across the room towards the open door on the other side.
Is there like a symbol of a deer or a heart anywhere?
Not yet.
Okay.
So you go in the other room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go through that room, and it's like a big wood paneled room with dark wood, and there's a desk of sorts, and behind the desk sits a beautiful half-elf woman with very pale skin and whitish hair and green eyes, and she's wearing soft leather boots and has a bow on her back and some various arrows, and she looks real rangery. And she's just sort of sitting behind the desk with her feet up with some random paper around her, and there's another door behind her, and over that door is like a white carving of a stag's head with twisting antlers and such.
Okay. When I walk in, does she like acknowledge me or anything?
She does.
Or hey, what's up?
She says, hello, my name is Lahira.
Lahira.
Yeah, Lahira. What business have you here in our humble brick factory?
Oh, I was told that like the heart's good and stuff, and like I should help out with the heart.
Oh, okay. Very good. So you'd like to help out the heart. Do you know what it is? What the heart is?
I heard it's like has good people and druids are there. I'm a druid.
Okay. Well,
I'm good people.
that may be all that's really necessary to know. But I'll just make sure you are aware of what we're discussing here. And she sort of takes a good look at you, and
I like move my tiara slightly.
and she tries to divine whether you're actually good or not.
No regrets. Tiara wise. It's so good.
She says, how do I know that you're not some kind of ill-wisher?
I'm definitely not that.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Alright. Only a -3. Oh, 15. Wow,
Okay.
pretty good roll.
Yeah, she looks at you and she's like, you do seem like a good person. Well, you want to hear more about what the heart is?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so she just starts explaining. She's going on and on, like giving you this whole thing. So you find out that the heart is a loose organization. Oh, there's a ghost. Oh, it's the wind blew open the door. I guess I'll shut it. Ooh, it's getting weathery out there.
How you doing, buddy?
So
yeah.
So she explains to you that the heart is a loose organization spread all across Cappyrnia Toth in loosely connected cells. It believes in allowing its agents to work independently, and it highly values the gathering of knowledge. It believes in keeping a balance of power and freedom in a country, as well as a balance of nature and civilization. The organization is made up mostly of druids and rangers. with some bards involved in other classes too. The most important thing is that the organization works for the common good and stops those who are evil from taking power. True members bear a tattoo of a hart or a stag somewhere on their body, and some wear a ring that looks like it's made of entwined antlers. And that's what she says.
That's great.
Yep.
That I think we do need to keep a balance in all of those things. So I would like to help if I can.
So you want to join?
What is joining?
What?
What's the requirement, and what do you expect I do if I join?
Well, you'd probably do some things to promote some of the things that I was talking about. You know, help us do good things, and keep the balance of power towards good people, that sort of thing. Basically, help us do the things that I was just saying we do.
Yeah, that totally sounds like stuff I would do anyways.
I just did.
So, am I hearing that you want to join us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, one moment then. She heads over to the door behind her that has the white stag bust over the top of it, and knocks like dot 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 dot, and the door opens and she calls in Orpheus, and then this huge hulking man comes out, really big guy, and she says to him, "This one wants to join," and the huge hulking man towers over you and pounds his fist into his hand and says, "Ah, I see."
I copy him. Yes, I do.
Very good. So Lahara says, "All right, I'm going to give him the test then." And Orpheus goes and sits behind the desk where she was sitting and sort of guards the door. And she beckons you to join her behind the next door.
Okay, I will follow.
All right, and we're cutting back to the hallway people. What's happening, hallway people?
It occurs to me that we haven't heard from Fiat and her children's rebellion in a little while, and I wonder when she'll resurface. I feel like...
Yeah, at one point I thought she said that if she didn't hear from us, she was just gonna come attack the town, so that would be good.
Do you think they're
Send
bringing?
her a message or
Do you
something.
think they're bringing more food, or is this it?
I don't
for the
hope
night?
so. Maybe,
Do we-
maybe, is there a bell?
Wait, do we have to save some for Haslam and Daphne?
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Haslam's gonna go eat some berries.
I
or
bet they're
something.
eating.
I wonder if she's connected to Galathakosh.
Who?
It's Galathakosh. If this Fiat is connected to Galathakosh, she started out she seemed so compassionate and like she really believed in something. And then she became more selfish and megalomaniacal. It could
And she
just
does
be,
wear a hood.
Howard does that.
it could just be that she was always that way, but then she tried to get her hooks in the prince. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Is this the leader of the Children's Rebellion?
Yes.
That seems weird that Galathakosh would try to stop children from being killed. Seems to go against type.
You make a good point.
But stranger twists have happened.
But, what she really wanted was power.
Yeah, power. The great playwrights know about how power corrupts.
Yes.
Some wonderful performances I've seen.
It's almost like absolute power just corrupts absolutely.
Can you do that lightning thing again?
Oh, it works! You guys want to see my glow?
Yes. Where did you find this? Tell me the story about it.
Getting drunk and playing with the globe.
That went down last time.
Can I touch it?
I don't know. I
Where is
don't know. I don't like
Where'd you get it?
Okay, well,
Did they have any more?
I don't think so. We were at the brass man's house.
Copper.
Copper, that's right.
The brass man's out.
What's it, a monkey? The brass monkey?
No, it was the copper man's house, and I was telling him about my troubles. Anyway,
Jasper starts to tear up a little.
He gave it to me. No, well, technically he gave it to my friend, but then she handed it to me. And then I used it, and I blinded everybody.
What?
Or it blinded everybody.
How did you use it?
Well, we were in our room.
Like this.
Well, we were in our room, and I held on to it, and I was looking at a stag head or something that was on the wall.
Oh.
And then I just looked at it,
Uh-huh.
and then crazy psychedelic light shot out.
You were just holding it?
Just holding it.
Wow.
And then, and it blinded everybody around me,
Uh-huh.
and that was that.
What special effect? And what's it called again?
Orb of confusion.
Oh, okay.
No globe of madness.
It's called the globe.
I call it the orb.
Oh, the
For
orb.
short, I call it the orb. But anyway, next time I used it, I turned invisible. That's what I met you.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, you met
But
her
the
when
guy
she was
who gave it
little?
to me told me one time he used it and his skin turned to concrete. And another time he used it and literal crows flew out of another guy's mouth.
Oh, speaking of crows, what is the story with this Bourgognese woman's crow?
I think it's a magpie.
Mm.
I know a lot about birds.
A corvid of some
Raven?
Oh, that's
I think it's Raven.
What is the situation with that bird flying around? It seems friendly, but it has some sort of strange intelligence to it, and yet doesn't seem to want to communicate
Oh,
with any of us.
I like Daphne.
I do too, but what is her connection with what is her?
She seems so wise and
Yeah.
calm,
But she's got
But she-
secrets.
but she collects poisons.
Yes. What do you
She's a
know?
complex woman.
I trust her. My instinct is to trust her at least, but
Oh yeah, like a mom.
there is something strange about
Her
her.
grandmother.
Don't you think? So the crow, the poisons, traveling from a foreign land.
I think she's what they call goth.
We cut back to Daphne.
Brooding.
Daphne's talking to Crench Snack, who's
Yeah.
about to say what he wants.
Yeah.
He says, I haven't been to Bourgogne in person in some time. We need direct, fresh information about this terrible accent I'm doing, about what is happening on the ground. I want you to either go yourself or with a team or send a team ahead of you and give me a report, but it must be someone you trust. We may need to take drastic action, and we need solid evidence and proof before we do anything.
What drastic action?
What we were saying about Berlondine being different. There are countless criminal organizations sworn to serve Berlondine, and the last thing we need is any one of them coming against us. That's why we need absolute discretion, silence, and care. I couldn't trust anyone else but you with this, Daphne.
Well, I will have to think about who is right for the job. I think it can get done, but nobody touches him but me.
Well, first, what we need is something to make sure that all of the criminal organizations that serve him do not turn against us if we need to remove him from power. So we need real solid proof. Now, as you recall, Berlondine's second, Mathilde Contraire, also known as the Rouge Rogue, has a villa just outside of Vauvage in the countryside. I'm sick of this accent. I can't do it anymore, so I'm just going to do no accent for a
Yeah,
while.
that's fine.
Everything tells me that the syndicate does their dirtiest work there in the villa of the Rouge Rogue. So someone, you can send someone or go yourself, but must infiltrate and find some solid proof of this dirty, dirty work. Something that we can show the other organizations so that they do not move against us. And you cannot extract that proof while letting Mathilde and Berlondine know that you were there and that you found that proof. If something is wrong with Burlondine, it is best for Burgone and for Cappyrnia Toth as a whole if we take matters into our own hands. But Daphne, this is also an opportunity for growth. He hands you a slim vellum notebook with an owl embossed on the cover.
Okay. I'll flip through it.
The pages are blank, and it's only 5 pages long. It's like a thick leather front and back cover made of leather, and then 5 blank vellum pages. You try not to think about the true provenance of this material.
Alright.
So, you are holding a magic item. It makes an exact facsimile of that which is held before it. It is drawn perfectly by a magical hand, as long as the notebook is held without moving it for 2 minutes. So if I wanted to have a copy of this beautiful poison workshop room in which we are currently standing, I would hold this up like this and hold it completely still for 2 minutes, and a magical hand would draw the whole room perfectly.
Well, I need to see how it works. I'm gonna try to copy what's all going on in here because it's very exciting.
Okay. So when you infiltrate the home, so you're holding it while he's saying this. If you find something damning in the house of the Rouge Rogue, I'm gonna keep laughing every time I say that. I said Rouge Rogue. If you find something damning in the house of the Rouge Rogue, then use this. Make a facsimile of reality and show it to me. I can use this to prove to our fellows that movement is necessary and that we can take action against her. Go ahead.
Oh, it's something of this magnitude. May take some time, but consider it done.
Okay. So you're using the object to take a picture of the room, right? Okay, so you hold it up and you feel magical energy moving back and forth between you and the tome. Do a dexterity check to see if you hold it completely still for 2 minutes.
Should have used the selfie stick.
Okay, straight roll. Let's see. It's a 2.
Wow!
You're holding it.
Wow!
I need some practice.
The DC is only 6.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna use my or no, you have to call it in your game right beforehand. Inspiration.
What? No.
You call it when you
Oh, okay, well, right, then I will use it. Yes, this is a 14.
Okay. And so you do that, and you must also maintain concentration during these 2 minutes. So if anyone were to hit you or something, that might mess it up. So you hold it, and as you're holding it up, you see like a perfect ink drawing of what's behind it, like beakers and glasses and shelves. You sort of see it being drawn almost as if by an invisible hand across the page, and at the end of the 2 minutes you have a perfect picture of what's behind the
While I'm
book.
holding it, I'm going to be like, I'm sure it is not a coincidence that you picked this place to talk to me. You have put a kid in a candy store. What can I take on the road?
I think it is just happenstance that we are in this room, but you can do as you like. I know you love the poisons. Just keep in mind, you have used one of the 5 pages of this book.
Yes.
Now there are only 4.
Alright.
So I hope you do not find 5 pieces of damning evidence in the house of the Rouge Rogue. Watch Jake crack himself up ever by saying this. Yes, I hope there are not 5 pieces of damning evidence in this book.
Well, I will ask the magical hand to write small.
Okay, so you're in this poison workshop.
Yeah.
You are
I want
clearly
to
want
take
to do
some
something.
stuff. I don't know how you want to do that, but if there's anything shiny.
Sure.
Okay.
The Rouge Rogue. Rouge Rogue.
The Rouge Rogue.
If you say it enough, it won't be funny anymore, and that'll be perfect. I won't have to laugh about it anymore. All right, so
Try to
let's
save
see
the
where
10
you're. Roll investigation on the room.
Oh boy.
You're poking around, looking around.
Oh, that's an 18. She really wants this stuff.
Okay, so you see beakers, flasks, things that pour into other things. You see 3 beakers that look like they would be helpful for messing around with poison.
Yoink.
So you take those 3 useful poison beakers,
Okay.
and what else do you want to do while you're in this specialized poison workshop?
I will ask for a to-go bag of the food.
Of the food of the turtle soup?
Yep.
Okay, so you start heading back out into the turtle room, and let's go back to our hallway people to continue the discussion. So, I'll challenge you. You know, you've brought up a lot of topics. Can you all decide on any particular direction that you want the compass pointing? There's so many topics that have been brought up.
I think that everything is aligning and pointing us towards the this is where we should go. After Lord Hans, I know you have to speak to the magic people and everything, but yeah, afterwards.
I will do whatever the party wants to do to save your mother and to save the kingdom.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys.
But yes, we will also at some point have to go into that hole under the castle. Perhaps not today.
I think
Not
that.
today.
Lord Hans, didn't you hear?
What did you say you wanted to do?
Oh, go into the hole and not
No, no,
At
no.
some point.
I
Not
know.
today,
Like the
baby.
hole below, yeah.
I think that, do you remember? That's being taken care of. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We don't
Fair
have to-
enough. They're sending the army under there. I don't think the army's quite going to make
Well, it's
it.
not the army. It's my blood brother.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Well, again, if you
I mean,
if
we
we're
have-
going to gather we should gather the lichen. You know, that's all I can say. I think
It's the
The flower.
It's a flower.
The flower.
It's a
Yes.
flower.
the
Maidens.
flowers,
Maidens of
lichens.
lava.
We should gather it all. Make a lovely bouquet.
Gather ye flowers while you may.
You know. But before I leave town, at some point, I'd like to speak to my uncle as well.
But we gotta understand the magic, the portals, this place is
Oh, the
crazy.
portals.
The
Do you think-
portals!
Do you think there'd be a quick way to get there? Maybe
Well,
we can find
they're
out.
not, wasn't it only the mages can use those portals, or they don't anymore?
I don't remember.
Portals. I have to look
My
back at my
character
memory.
would know this, but the player does not.
I could go for some creme brulee.
What portals are you talking about?
The portals that the time travel, the people
Between
are
each of the
only
countries.
between the
Oh.
areas that we saw the thing in the basement.
Your character doesn't remember?
The player doesn't remember. The character would know for sure.
She's talking about ways that people travel.
Yeah.
Well, we learned that there was a portal between this place, Bourgogne, and something else.
But they're
It's
controlled
it's
by
whatever the alliance is.
Yeah, Lord Hans remembers that he read on the wall in the lower room in the catacombs that there is something called the Ancient Threefold,
Yes.
which connects, which is an alliance between the mage colleges in Rocinante, Bourgogne, and Elenia Toth, and that there's teleportation between the cities.
Yes.
Sounds like the fastest way to get there.
So maybe they
Is
can
there
zip
some
zap
magical
zap.
protection, like keeping monsters out of the kingdom too, or they've just been out of
You remember reading? Maybe I should just print it out for you and hand it to you. What the thing? But you remember reading that the Ancient Threefold maintains is a pact that maintains sort of a barrier that keeps anybody from teleporting to this continent and or from other planes as well. So the mages work together to keep that barrier up of sorts.
Yes.
So I guess he explains all that to you guys.
I wonder, do you think we could use those Lord Hounds? After you, like, you know.
Well, I'll certainly ask the head of the Mage College,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll certainly ask him if he's detected anything strange in the barrier, since obviously all sorts of creatures are from other planes are entering our continent.
So I'm getting a little bit more clear-headed now. It occurs to me that we will not want to tell anybody really what we're doing, but the mission to help my mother is a great, in addition to being true, would be a great cover story in
Yes.
a way. And we should figure out if there are anybody we can link up with who could be possible friendly faces there.
Well, I think we will need to connect with the Bourgogne Mages Colleges again. I think that we're dealing with a magical problem here, and we're going to need magical help. What I would love is for my own house to provide support to the kingdom in this matter, and I'm sure they will in due time. But you know, for the moment, the Mages College is our best bet, and as he can perhaps introduce us to the Mages College in Bourgogne, assuming that they're, you know, not themselves corrupted and worshiping, you know, the mistress or whatever other entity.
You're quite elegant and you hold your liquor very well.
Well, thank you for saying so. I've only had a few sips.
I guess we can tell the others when they come back and see if they agree.
I wonder where it is that they went.
So Daphne takes a doggy bag of turtle soup and she starts heading back. And we cut back to the heart, where our friend has been led into an inner chamber where Lahaira sits across from you and says to you, so you have an interest in joining? You must pass the test.
Okay.
If you wish to become a first sentinel of the heart.
I hope it's not a written test.
No, I will just ask you a series of questions and then record your answer.
Okay.
Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Okay. These are moral questions.
Mm-hmm.
Think very deeply.
Okay.
Okay. Family elders are expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Do you accept the criticism and change your ways? Do you seek a compromise with them? Do you besmirch the reputation of those expressing disapproval as you ignore their scorn? Or do you silence them any way you can?
So what I have done or what I should do?
Family elders are expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family. Do you accept the criticism and change your ways? Do you seek a compromise with them?
I would seek a compromise.
Ah, okay. She sort of makes a note of your answer. Next, would you give up a promising career to aid your family in time of need?
Is this a yes or no question?
Well, there are 4 choices, but what's your first guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is your answer in a heartbeat, or yes, but with some reluctance? The other answers are only if I was certain I'd be able to return to my career soon, and no. Would you give up a promising career to aid your family in time of need?
In a heartbeat.
Okay. Next, would you betray a family member to advance your own career?
No.
Do you answer, I'd resist the temptation, or I find the very idea abhorrent?
The second one.
Okay. Do you respect the leaders of your family?
It depends.
Your choices are, their words guide my actions, they're role models for me, they're often out of touch with my life, or they're out of touch with reality. Do you respect the leaders of your family?
They are out of touch with reality.
If your family had arranged your marriage to someone loathsome, would you go through with it, proud to serve your family, agree, hiding your reluctance, subtly work against the union, or flee?
Well, I left, so probably flee.
You're estranged from a family member. On his deathbed, he seeks reconciliation. Do you speak to him but hold your ground? Refuse to speak to him? Discuss your estrangement openly and without rancor? Or actively seek reconciliation and heed his dying words?
I would actively seek reconciliation.
Okay. A powerful but corrupt judge offers you wealth if you'll testify against your friend. Do you condemn your friend and take the money? Take the money and testify, but try to keep your testimony ineffective? Refuse the offer and refuse to testify? Or testify on your friend's behalf, no matter the consequences?
Is murdering the judge allowed?
You've got refuse the offer and refuse to testify, or testify on your friend's behalf, no matter the consequences?
I would testify on my friend's behalf.
Okay. Do you become close to friends, or do you hold most people at a safe distance?
Most people at a safe distance.
Have you ever betrayed a friend?
Not that I'm aware of.
I've been tempted to do so, but I've never gone through with it, or I'd never contemplate such a thing.
I haven't contemplated such a thing.
How do you view lifelong commitment to a single romantic partner? I have or want such a romance. Such a romance would be ideal if it's achievable. I worry I'd miss out on what others have to offer. Or tie yourself to one person? Huge mistake.
Maybe the second one?
Such a romance would be ideal if it's achievable.
Sure.
Do you insist on repayment when lending money to friends?
I don't think so.
No, although it's sure nice to be repaid, or no, they just owe me a favor?
Sure, it would be nice, I guess.
Okay, cut back to these people. Daphne is arriving. So you're mid-word, and Daphne arrives back to find you three laying drunk in the hallway next to half-eaten goose.
I'm fine.
It's fine. I'm kind of crawling up the walls and doing backflips.
Totally.
Well, it seems we're
Daphne.
having a really good time.
Daphne!
Right?
Daphne, your back is dripping. What's in the back?
It is a rare treat. It is a
Creme brulee.
right. No, it is a soup made of turtle. Have you have tried it before?
I've had turtle soup.
Yeah? Is
Do you like it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like food.
We didn't save you much, so I'm glad you
I'm glad you got
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I was gone for a while. I don't
Yes,
expect
did you have success in your errand?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I went to go see an old friend before we left.
Aww.
Before we left.
Where are we going?
We're
Well,
going to Brasilia.
I assume we're going somewhere.
Yay!
Daphne, I don't know how you feel about it, but we were feeling like we should all go to Borgonia because I want to help my mother.
But wouldn't going to Barus be faster to help your mother?
Well,
I-
Barbarous has the treats it, but the one near Bordeaux has the cures it.
Oh, the one near Millenstock.
In Borgonia, I think.
Near it was
The
in
elven
the
elves-
area.
and the elves have the flower. That will be its own set of problems.
And then we know the mistress has a servant there.
In the
Like the
one
queen.
in the we know guys going a little crazy, so we might as well see what's
What
what.
do you think?
Well, I'm of the opinion, to be frank, Bergonia, politics is a viper's nest.
Oh.
It is very possible we will be in over our heads. I certainly am not excited to get involved with that again. So I think it may be smart to start in Parvus, see if we have any friends that can help us, because Borgonia is going to be a tough beast.
Mm. Well, we were thinking we could go to the Mages College.
Right?
Hans can ask, because the old man, if we can use their little teleportation device.
Right.
Maybe we could just go, pop in and take a look-see.
Right, we should, before we leave town, also go to the Temple of Gazul to see.
Yeah.
Yes, that's.
I think that lady's mad because we didn't talk to her at the party.
Well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes, so
I can handle it.
tomorrow we will speak to the leader of the Mages College and to Hortense from the Temple of Gazul.
Yes.
I'm ready to go to sleep myself. It's been a very long day.
It
and,
has, hasn't it?
Who's
Also,
awesome?
I feel like we need to tell the gods what we plan to do.
The
I
guy.
know.
Yes, but where should we send somebody out to see if they can find our halfling
If
friend?
anything happened to that little guy, I'm never gonna forgive myself.
He
He
can
turned
handle
it-
himself. He
That's
tore
true.
the face off of the queen.
It's true.
Good old guy.
Cutting back to our morality quiz that Haslam is taking in the bowels of the Heart Brick Factory. The next question you get is, do you donate time and money to improve the local community?
Yeah.
Do you say, yes, the needs of the community are my top priority, or yes, I donate as much as I can once my own needs are met?
Top priority.
Your community is threatened with invasion. Do you help defend it to your last breath? Defend the area with the rest of your community? Flee as soon as things look grim? Or cut a deal with the enemy to act as a spy?
The second one.
Defend the area with the rest of your community?
Yeah.
Do you respect the laws and authorities of the community?
Is it which community are we talking about here?
The community you're currently a part of.
I don't know the laws here that well. We did just kill the queen.
She looks at she's like, so far she's just been sort of analyzing you and stuff, and then she's like, you killed the queen?
Yeah.
What?
She was like evil. She was like controlled by Galacagash.
What? Who? What? You killed the queen?
Yeah, she was real bad news, man.
I don't know where queen killing falls in my morality quiz. Well, you say you did it for. Why did you do it?
Well, she was murdering people. And then we were trying to stop her peacefully, and then she threw a fireball at us. And then it kind of escalated, and I turned into a bear, kind of blacked out when I killed her, but yeah.
Wow. When did you kill her?
Oh.
This morning.
Yeah, that was like
2 hours.
4 or 5 hours ago.
Wow. Come to think of it, I've been feeling a little different since then. I almost feel like I felt something happen around that time.
You know, a lot of people are like patting themselves on the street and like looking weird. I don't know if something happened.
Neither do I.
What did you feel that changed?
I just started to feel a little depressed for the first time in a long time.
Huh. Maybe she wasn't bad after all? Did we fuck up? Uh-oh.
Anyway, back to your morality quiz, Queen Killer. Let's see. If offered enough money, I don't know how you're going to answer this one. If offered enough money, would you slip a poison into your king's drink?
Do they deserve it?
No.
Then obviously not.
Okay, would you be tempted by a vast sum of money, or would you just warn the king of the plot?
Well, I would warn them. If the king's a good person, I would warn them.
Okay. Do you respect the lawful authority of the rulers of the land?
Are they good people? I mean, if it's good laws, then yes.
Would you say, yes, long live the queen?
I mean,
Yes, our rulers are generally fair and just? Or no, a ruler is no better than anyone else? Or no, rulers are invariably corrupted by power?
they're no better than anyone else as far as I've seen in the Lord's court.
If imprisoned, would you injure or kill others to escape?
Possibly. Are they bad people?
You don't know.
I would try not to injure people.
Okay. Your answers are yes, serves them right for locking me up. Yes, they knew the risks when they took the job. No, except for minor wounds that will heal easily. Or no, those guards are just doing their jobs.
Yeah, those guards are doing their jobs.
Okay. Well, she says, give me a moment. And she starts sort of tallying up your scores with a little thingamabob.
He's a replicant.
It's true.
Well, it seems to me that you are neutral good.
That sounds about right. It's pretty
Well,
close.
That's just about right for the heart. Welcome aboard, First Sentinel.
What did you call me?
First Sentinel.
Has some.
Yes, has some. You are now a First Sentinel for the heart, and she hands you like a antler ring, a ring made out of antler.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Welcome to the heart.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, happy to have you. We always need more help, doing good things. As a First Sentinel, there's something I'd like to ask you to check out for us and maybe report back.
Sure.
You've heard of the Coughlin family?
No.
Oh, well, they're minor nobles, the Coughlin family. Maybe you saw them at the Council of the Blooded that you mentioned.
Maybe.
They've been acting oddly lately, and as minor nobles of the city, we have to watch them closely and make sure they're not abusing powers. Eyes of the Heart have been reporting random public outbursts of anger and sadness among each member of the family. And also we've been, we watch all the noble houses, and it also appears that their income has doubled over the past few months. So someone needs to infiltrate, gather information, and bring back the knowledge to us. We'll take it from there. So that's what we'll ask of you if you want to help First Sentinel.
Sure, why not?
Sounds good. Well, welcome to the heart.
That's what I like to hear on the first time somebody's job.
Well, in his mind, he's like, there's like bigger things that he's like trying to do. So he's like, this thing is like, okay.
Somebody mad.
Yeah, something's got mad and getting paired a little bit more. Oh, okay. But we know that there's big murder things. But okay, sure.
Acting strangely.
Yeah. So that's why he said what he said.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, great. Thanks so much for coming by and joining our organization. We look forward to hearing more about the Coughlin family and talking more with you in the future.
Is this like the ring? It sounds like I'm helping you guys with the Coughlin family. Is there like a community or like?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to like other druids.
Oh yeah. Of course. You can definitely talk to other druids. Their druids are members of the heart. Members of the heart are very secretive, and we try not, we keep like ourselves anonymous so people don't know that we're working. But,
Oh, am I not supposed to say I'm a member of the heart to people?
well, to other members, you want to mildly keep it on the down low.
Okay.
Don't want to. Otherwise, if everyone knows you're working with us, then they won't want to share any information with you about anything.
Should I not be wearing this ring then?
Up to you. Maybe you wear it in some situations and not in others.
I'm new to this whole whatever this is. What would you recommend?
Well, we are a bit of a secret organization, so you may want evil people to not see you wearing the ring. So you may just want to be careful as you go about in the world as to when you choose to wear the ring and when you don't.
All right. Well,
Perhaps not everyone will know that it is indicative of that you're a member of the heart as well.
then I will hide the ring.
Just like not everyone knows that this brick factory is actually our headquarters. We are starting to close down for the night because it's getting so late, but in the future, if you come back, maybe with the information about the Coughlin family, we can introduce you around and talk to some druids, as you said you had interest in.
Sounds good. I will head back.
All right, so you head back.
and you walk in on all these motherfuckers chilling, chatting, hanging out.
Hazum!
Whoa, what's going on?
Where have you been?
Party in the hallway.
So,
I saved you some bones if you want to turn into a wolf.
oh, I don't even eat meat. It's cool.
Oh, that's wild.
Told you.
I just eat berries.
Berries.
That's it. That's awesome.
Well, good berries all you need.
Mm,
It's completely sustainable.
that's magical.
Where did
Crunchy
you go?
to me.
Huh?
Where did you go?
Well, I went outside because I was called by nature,
Mm-hmm.
and I met this like other druid, which is like really cool.
Okay.
And then I guess a lot of people started feeling weird.
How so?
I guess people are like feeling sad that Queen Aoife died. Maybe.
I know she's dead.
I don't know. I guess.
Maybe she like had them under a spell or something.
Yeah, maybe. Is that like a thing? Lord
It's
Hans?
quite possible, yes. Or Galathakash or the mistress. Some, there are certainly great powers at work, but it sounds strange it would be that far-reaching.
Wasn't there something in that letter in blood about everybody liking you? I'm having a memory.
I recall it simply being some sort of competition for who can serve the best by committing the most murder.
Hmm.
Who has the copy of the
Who
note?
has the letter? Because I swear there was a
Not me.
having a memory.
Ah, is it?
Yeah. So, influence shall cloud the minds of every mortal in my realm, and they shall call me good.
Interesting.
Una.
There's a lot of shit in that letter.
Yeah,
A lot of useful shit in there.
it is.
Huh.
Hmm.
Well, that's interesting.
She had the whole realm enchanted.
So yeah, maybe that happened.
And now they're waking up.
Well, I just feel that might lead some credence to your pew pew gun-toting mama that has the hearts and minds of all the young men.
Yes.
You know, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
Yes, she works for Galathakash.
Who does?
I believe it. Yes, the leader of the Children's Rebellion.
so you think she's
Wait,
one of the 6 or 5? Or?
She's
I
murdering
just
people?
have a sense that she's a being of great evil.
But remember,
Evil.
I told you, why would Galathakash try to save children from killing each other?
It's very true, yes, it's very true. And yet, notwithstanding, evil.
Was she the only relationship you've ever had?
That notwithstanding.
You seem a little
I mean,
burned.
little-
I must admit I do have some personal feelings towards this matter, and perhaps my counsel is not the most sage. However, I'll say it again, pure, unadulterated, evil,
Don't worry.
foul enchantress. She must be annihilated.
She's a black magic woman.
Yes.
No offense to any black magic practitioners there may be.
I'm just gonna be like, don't worry, it gets better.
Yeah.
All right,
Just
let's
give it
take a
time.
break.
Okay. And after drinking so much, Jasper has to use the restroom.
Jake has to use the restroom. It's restroom time. Does anybody want to do anything else before you go to sleep and then wake up in the morning?
I'm ready to sleep.
Oh yeah, I heard that the Coughlins might be bad guys, but I don't know.
Who'd you hear this from?
A new friend I met through my friend Druid guy.
Oh.
Although I feel like this is small potatoes.
Yeah.
You know.
Those are the best. I love when they're in butter and they get parsley on them.
I like this new character part of Jasper. He just loves food and drink.
This is consistent.
Yeah.
Early
Okay.
on, I asked for breakfast.
It's true. I remember that. I was like, what the fuck? Why does he keep asking for
Just
breakfast? It's because it's a character choice. So you guys go to bed.
Do you guys want to take watches or?
Yeah, you know, there's a hellscape in the basement.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And we don't know of any other allies of the Queen, possibly these Coughlin people.
okay. Rotate watches.
I'll take last watch.
Alright, nothing interesting happens.
Hey!
I'm gonna cast 4 good words before I go to sleep.
Fucking, the only interesting thing that happens is that Ghost daughter
Boy with the teddy bear!
comes through and she's like,
Mr.
hey,
Wallace!
where's my, I thought you were gonna help me get my dad to kiss my teddy bear.
Oh yeah, let's go.
100%.
She's, okay, great.
Alright, wake everybody up. Let's go, guys.
What? Huh? I'm just passed out.
I'm not a kid person.
The cat, your dad dead in the catacomb basement. Can I get
Oh, we're not.
Okay.
sorry?
You wake everybody up and
Do we all see the
there's a little girl there and she's like, I want my daddy to kiss my teddy bear so I can go to sleep.
Isn't her dad in the catacombs, guys? I don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody.
Years ago.
I don't think we should go back down there right now.
Can you turn into like a tiger or something and just take her yourself?
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe we should tell her we can do this, but not tonight.
Well, that's what we told her last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell her again. She's got time, buddy.
Wait, should we tell her her dad died?
No.
No, this is about it. Yeah.
So what are we gonna do taking her down?
I don't know, but I'm not going back down there now. I need to sleep. I don't have any spells.
So while you guys are talking to each other, she says all the same stuff that she said the first time that you saw her. Like, my name is Cynthia. She's a little dark. She's got dark skin. She's got a little teddy bear. She tells you that her father was King Kieran Colgane, once High Seat of House Colgane, and that her family died in a carriage accident, and she wants her daddy to kiss her teddy bear.
Yes.
Hey, well,
Look, if we go back down to the catacombs, we're going to be joining her dad real soon, right now.
What if we kiss her teddy bear?
I did that already. She did not think that was enough.
what? I'll see if Valantis has a good idea. He's smart, right? I'll be back, guys.
Wake up, Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, come with me, and then I'm gonna wake up Valantis.
You wake up Valentis. He's like he's wearing all sorts of like very funny sleeping gear. Like he's got like one of those sleeping hats, like in the hoof prints on the roof Christmas thing. He's got a stocking cap and
Yes.
he's got striped pajamas with a little butt thing flap with the buttons and he's he looks very old and why you wake me up?
Oh, it's like this little girl.
Oh my God, there's a ghost standing next to you.
She's like looking for her dad, but like my party said we're too tired to like do the thing that needs to happen. So you're smart. What you wanna? Can you help the girl?
So he talks to the girl. He discovers that it's King Kieran Colgane's daughter, and he says, "Well, it sounds like she wants to go into the catacombs to see her dead father. I don't really want to do that right now. Do you?"
I mean, I guess.
He says to you, "I'm sure you remember that there's some kind of horrible monster down there, and a big hole, and all of these enemies coming out of it that are very deadly." Valenta says, I certainly am not going down there with half a foot until the Anaranjados have cleaned everything out down there.
Whoa.
When's that happening?
I don't know, but I'm going to go back to sleep." He goes back to sleep.
Sorry, little girl. I think it's gonna take a while from the Harados to clean up down there.
As you're saying this to her, she just disappeared.
Alright, I'll go back to watch.
So the rest of the night passes without incident, and you wake up and it's the morning.
Alright, everybody can take 10 good berries.
Okay.
If you had any previously, they are no longer in existence.
Oh, I have a headache. It's a good break.
Woo!
It does. It also you'll be happy to know the good berry makes you feel as if you've eaten a full meal. So I think something like that came up at another time where like you wanted breakfast and there wasn't any. Eat a good berry, it feels like you ate a whole meal.
Wow.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, you're up.
It's like Soylent.
It's the morning.
It's better than some.
Let's so yes, I'm eager to get to the mage college
Yeah, let's do that thing.
and find out what he knows about the queen. He was onto something. I'm convinced of it.
Yeah, that thing.
All right, so you guys head out to go to the mage college. All right, so
Does anybody think we need to find an object today? Are we looking for an object today?
I don't plan on finding any objects, but
Okay. Then I will not get that.
Oh, right.
to what are you referring? Oh,
Yeah. That took me a second. I was like, huh? Oh. Yep.
and Lord Hans, you've made some
spell selections.
smart decisions about your
Yes,
repertoire
I have.
today.
You can change yours up every long ways.
Every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was a cleric thing.
bards. Well,
His spell book has a bunch of spells.
Oh, of course.
And then you can only
He
have
has a
so
spell
many.
book. Yeah.
clerics and druids can prepare from a whole list.
Right.
Yeah.
He can prepare from a list of stuff that he learned,
Mm-hmm.
and you can don't have to prepare anything,
Yeah.
but you
But I'm
only have
stuck
those
with
ones.
what I got.
Yeah. So, you guys doing anything before you leave the castle?
Do we need to keep anyone like Mussover updated, just kind of on what we're doing? Or
He knows we're
keep in touch?
seeing the mage.
That's right.
Yes. So he knows what we're doing now. We gotta.
Okay. At some point, it's not a high priority, but we may want to pop in the prince and just give him a little.
On who?
The prince.
Oh, the
just
prince,
check in
yes.
with- no urgency, I think, but we want to kind of keep that going.
Well, if the prince would like to come with us to the, well, perhaps not actually.
Okay.
Sure. Would you like to tell the prince that what we're up to? Why not? If we're going to groom him for the potential for the throne, potentially, we might as well keep him in our good graces. Or keep us in his good graces, or however you say it.
Mm-hmm. And also just to see how he's faring. I mean, he lost his mother. And,
Yes. All right.
he probably feels the weight of the kingdom on his shoulders.
Fair enough. Before the mage college, I think let's head to the.
So on the way out of the castle, you stop by the prince's room. You know, the guards are kind of deferential to you as you go there. They've all been talking to each other. They heard about how you killed the queen and stopped the bad guards, and you're very powerful. So everybody's rather deferential to you. You knock on the prince's door. He opens the door, and he is. You can tell he's been crying, but he's sort of like put the tears away, and he's trying to look tough, you know. And he says, "Good morning to you. Thank you for what you've done for the kingdom."
So yes, we're planning on doing some follow-ups today at the Mage College and at the Temple of Gazul. Do you recall your mother speaking about either of those places?
Of course. Well, I remember what you told me about the creatures in the catacombs having the symbol
Gazul, yes.
of Gazul on them. So, as my loyal subjects, I think it is very good for you to look into that matter for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Ha-
prince.
have you heard of anything weird about the Coughlin nobles?
No. No. I mean, I've been sort of traveling with the Children's Rebellion and hiding and stuff recently, so I haven't been to the Council of the Blooded. You might have more recent knowledge of the Coughlins than I do.
Have you exchanged any correspondence with Fiat recently?
No.
That
does kind of remind me. I told her I was going to say something to her.
And how are you communicating with her?
Well, I would have to send a messenger towards the camp. Yeah.
Did you notice anything unusual about her when you were speaking to her?
I mean, no. What do you mean?
What was your general impression of her personality?
Very beautiful, very fiery person who's very passionate. And I'm a little nervous about how she wants to be the general secretary of everything.
Yes.
But I don't know. Mostly seems to be good-hearted.
Stay on your guard when you're speaking with that woman. Your Grace.
Good.
Do you want us to send a message for you?
No, not right now. Between me and you all, I'm very concerned about the political matters that are taking place right now in the castle with the Council of the Blooded, their conversation about who the next monarch is going to be. I feel it's very important that I stay around here and stay involved in what's happening politically and make sure that everyone sees me at the forefront of leadership.
Yes, well, Your Grace, it would certainly be good for the continuity of rulership in the realm for you to be in your rightful place on the throne. And I would hope that if we were to provide our support, then you would support our ambitions as well.
Well, I think everyone knows that you are my personal bodyguards, and so far you've saved the kingdom from someone who is doing ritual sacrifices, so that only reflects well on me. And if you go and investigate these things for me, that will reflect well on me as well. So you'll be helping me in more ways than one if you and the kingdom if you go do this.
Yes.
But yes, I think it's important for me to stay here and make sure that I feel like if I'm gone from this castle for 8 hours, I'll come back and everyone will already be skipping to Lord Mussover's tune.
All right, fair enough. Any other questions for his Majesty?
Let's get out.
I say we proceed to the Mage College.
As they go, I'm just gonna hang behind for one beat and say, I know that it hurts so badly, and that will never go away completely, but it will hurt less.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna contemplate it and it goes.
Yep. All right, so y'all are headed out, and you're headed out of the castle. More people are nodding their heads to you. You guys are here, and you're headed to the Mage College, which is over there. Head down here. Going over there, huh? So you going down here, going up there,
Whoa!
all the way.
Listen, it's some bridges.
Yeah, this city could stand a bridge.
There's a bridge there.
More bridges.
Harbor.
There's a bridge there, and this bridge.
We should get somebody on the planning commission.
Yeah, well, you have that ability.
That's by the Tamerwind.
House Tamerwind, yes.
Yeah, so to the north of the Tamerwind compound is a small sort of market kind of area, and this is the temple district.
Is there a guard stationed at the front of the Tamerwind compound gate?
Yes.
Does he happen to be a paladin?
No.
Yeah.
So that would be here. No, it's not actually anybody you recognize since you haven't been there in like 4 months.
Interesting.
So you're heading this way,
Yes.
and there's kind of a markety type thing here. Not anything of interest really to adventurers. It's more like piles of fish and piles of bread and that kind of thing. And it's a very wide bridge. It's a very wide bridge where many people could sell things and that sort of thing. And
House. Set.
between this sort of grungy, fishy market, it's almost like a market bridge.
Oh, like the Rialto.
It's like a market bridge, like the Rialto. So
While you're setting up,
Yeah.
I just want to retcon. It's not that it, in the conversation with the prince, it's not that it gets less, but it's you learn to carry it with you.
it's not that it gets better; it's that you
But
learn to
like
carry it
learn
with
how
you.
to live with it.
Okay. Well, he has noted your words, and he is grateful for them. And you have had a meaningful exchange
Cool.
with the young man.
Sweat.
Sweat. What do we got here? What do we got here? Okay. So yeah, it's it's like a nice wide bridge. There's some stuff on it, like little markety type things are on it. There's a little market stall there. I guess we don't need this piece. Yeah. You guys can put yourselves how you are.
In the back, baby.
Where'd the there's we don't want to lose the raven. The raven went
What's the reference to again?
He hasn't told me yet.
Oh.
The raven's name.
Yeah.
Yes, what is your relationship with that bird?
He's my emotional support animal.
So you guys are crossing this wide sort of market bridge between the two areas, and a big carriage led by a couple horses comes riding past you across the bridge, and the carriage is painted in kind of a circusy way, and you see a drawing on it of the Colosseum, which is Edgar's Colosseum. Right? There's a big giant Colosseum up there, and it's a very large carriage, and there seems to be something quite large inside of it. So as the carriage crosses the bridge, one of the wheels falls off.
Yeah.
And the cart, the giant carriage, which has sort of bars to it, falls over. Two of the bars break off, and you hear multiple very loud screams from inside, and the screams echo across the bridge, and from inside of the carriage, you see a pretty gigantic monster emerging.
Okay.
It's got 3 heads. The head of a dragon,
Ah.
the head of a lion,
Ah.
and the head of a goat.
Yes.
Ah.
And this creature climbs out of the carriage, and the carriage is being driven by some guard types who are transporting this creature, and they, fall from the carriage, and they're shouting and stuff, and they're trying to get the creature back into the carriage, and the dragon head sort of starts to breathe some fire on one of the guards, and just as that happens, the guard shoves a very long spear through one of the wings of the creature and into its throat, and it lets out a horrible dragon noise while the goat head is like and it's clearly very injured as the lion head rips that guard's throat out, and the claws of the other monster
kill the other guard that's next to it. So this creature has
We could go back to the castle.
emerged from the carriage and killed the guards that were carting it, and it flies up into the air above the carriage. We can pass this around.
Ooh.
It flies up into the air above the carriage, flapping its wings, but in a labored manner, because there's a big hole torn in one of its wings. And you also see like little sparks and stuff coming out of the stabbed throat in the dragon head. So you can tell that this creature is wounded, but it flaps up above the broken cart, and it fixes its attention on you. And it looks pretty fucking desirous of your demise.
Friends,
So-
once again, we are called upon to save Elenia Toth. Shall we do it?
So, roll initiative.
Do we have a nice audience of watching it?
People are screaming, people are running. There's an old lady who's gathering a bunch of her fish she was selling in an apron. And nobody appears to have any ability to join in with you as they run screaming. Hassan, what'd you get?
8.
Daphne, what'd you get?
9.
Lord Hans, what'd you get?
10.
Oh boy.
One moment.
That's a good
Yes, oh boy, indeed.
Waiting for that 25 for someone else.
The creature rolled well, so
Oh, good.
yes.
Or at least somebody did.
That's the way to look at it.
Luna, what'd you get?
7.
Oh, wow.
7?
Yep.
And Jasper, what'd you get?
18.
Oh, you blew it! You blew it! We had 7 through 10.
Sorry.
All right. Jasper, the creature flies up into the air, flapping belaboredly, looking at you like it wants to murder you. What do?
I cast heroism using 2nd level, and I touch Una, and who else should I touch? I touch Lord Hans.
Hey!
So you get 6 temporary hit points each
round.
Each round they renew, and you are immune to being frightened.
Yeah, sweet.
And this will last a minute. So each round you get 6 temporary hit points to. And then with a
And they're not cumulative. though.
No,
They're
just
not
6.
cumulative.
It'll just be 6.
yeah, so each so you got to keep track of the temporaries. And then with my bonus action, I give bardic inspiration to Una. Sorry.
Okay, and why is it 2? Oh, because at higher level you can
Second
do
level.
2.
Yeah.
You can
It means
target
you're
one
gonna
additional
second
creature.
level
Okay,
spell.
so those guys both have plus 6
1d6,
temporary
yeah.
hit points currently.
Or 6.
Jasper,
Can I move? I can still move.
you
Yeah.
can move, yes.
What? You don't want to come together?
Where's my phone? I want to take a picture. What you gonna do, Jasper?
I feel like we should split up. I'm gonna go. So I can go 30. I can go up to 60 feet. These are 5 feet.
You want me to call you, Jake?
What's that?
I'm gonna make my phone ring.
Okay.
I'm going to use my feline agility to get to the other side of the bridge.
Oh, snap.
To be
You're
on
like
the other
super
side
far
of
away.
the other side of the creature. You all listen. Okay, right? 'Cause you
Oh,
just-
yeah.
What?
Oh, my phone was so cold outside.
Yep.
Cold and lonely.
So, you're what are you doing?
I use my feline agility and my move to get to the other side of the bridge. Just
Okay.
break. I don't know, spread out.
Very smart. The battle with the queen and all those fireballs
Get out of the
taught you to spread out. Yes.
I turn
Okay.
invisible and I make everybody else invisible.
And anything with your bonus action?
I gave a bardic inspiration to Una.
All right. Okay. It is the turn of. Who knows what this is?
Chimera.
Yes.
Does it have a snake tail too, or no?
It is a little bit different from a normal chimera. And of course, Lord Hans would know this anyway from studying his books.
Of course.
Right. Number one, it's wounded. Number two, there's something strange about the teeth in the dragon's mouth. So it is its turn. It's going to drop down on the ground and go over here, and it's going to fuck you guys up really hard.
Yay.
Because it rolled high.
Thanks for that temporary HP.
Yes. Let's see. Yep. That's everybody. Everybody make a dex save, please. That's not Jasper.
16.
Pass.
You can roll on this.
Don't forget me.
12.
So I can add that.
Fail.
Yeah, and then I don't make it either.
Okay. And Una?
8.
Fail. Okay. We've got 3 fails.
I did. Oh yeah, maybe.
Game over, everyone.
Can I
You
re-roll?
can use inspirations. Guys, you guys just.
I'm re-rolling with my aspiration point. Can I? 15.
Oh, you don't.
If he gave you a bardic
I can't-
inspiration,
oh.
then what you would do would be add a d6 to your roll.
She's using her normal inspiration.
Okay. So what'd you
Yeah.
get?
Oh, but I can't use this one.
No,
again.
not again. It's still a 1.
Okay, so that's 15.
15?
Yes.
Okay, that's a pass.
Hey.
Okay, so that is 14 damage to those who failed.
Oh.
So that puts Daphne at 11.
Thank you
That
for
puts,
those 10 points.
Lord Hans takes 6 and then an additional 8, taking him down to 6 hit points. Right? Yes. Has some past, so he's taking 7.
I'm gonna do absorb elements as well.
Okay, so then you're only going to take 3, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so you'll take 3, going to 23. You've used one of your spell slots, and your next attack will be imbued with that power. And then Una passed, so she's taking 7. Going down to 29.
Well, 30, because I got a 6 temporary.
Let me take that back.
So 30.
You're going to 35.
Yeah.
I
so
did,
she's
but I'm
still
only
at
taking
7.
7. But I have
35. All right, so it blew some fire on your asses, and now it's going to roll up on Una, and it's going to the goat head is going to go and try to gore you with its horns.
Yikes.
And it hits, and it does, let's see here, 11 damage. You're not raging yet, so you go to 24, and then it pops back up in the air, taking a opportunity attack from you. Roll if you want.
Sure. Wait, can.
Roll to hit if you want to try to hit it with your opportunity attack.
Okay. Never mind. I got a 5.
Okay, you miss. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you miss. Okay, that's its turn. Lord Hans, your turn.
I'm going to chromatic orb acid the dragon in the eyes.
Okay, roll to hit.
That is going to be 18.
Okay, you hit, so roll damage.
Alright.
3d8 if you're using a level 1 spell slot.
Which I am doing. So 14 damage.
14 damage. So the
Acid damage. There's eyes.
acid melts the eyes of the dragon as it loses one of its eyes to acid melting. The dragon screams as its skin melts, and the chimera is looking slightly fucked up.
Now, I can't use I can't eat a good berry or use my healing thing right now, right?
Those are actions.
Your healing. Are you talking about the?
The pendant, yeah.
That's a bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna heal myself with my pendant.
Okay, roll a d4 and then add 4 to it.
Do I add 4? I thought I had my spellcasting ability.
The object says you add 4 to it.
Okay, so that's gonna be 6.
Okay, 6 total hit points back for you, bringing you to 12.
Yes.
Okay, and that thing is off until the next morning.
Oh, really? It's only once per day?
Yeah. Okay, Daphne.
Can I do, because, no experience with dragons or whatever, but probably goats. Can I do like an animal handling or something, or medicine or whatever you think, to determine if helping it, if it's like a wounded animal that's lashing out, or if it's just gonna fuck us up anyway?
Sure, do an animal handling.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself too. Shoot. It's only 13.
Okay, it looks like this creature wants to kill you for some reason.
For some reason, okay.
For some crazy reason, this creature is not lashing around because it's wounded. It's lashing around and it really wants to kill you.
Copy that.
Do you have a bonus action?
Yeah. I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon.
Yeah!
Which y'all haven't seen yet. But so she puts her hands out and it comes from the ground, but sort of tunneling, and it's it almost looks like tar, but it's like this sort of inky black. It becomes like an enormous raven, but it's got this aura of this sickly green, and yeah, that's where it's hanging out from.
Cool.
Wow.
Her black raven of goo collects itself on the bridge
Watch out!
next to the flying chimera.
Yes.
Normally you'd be able to attack it further, but it's flying and the weapon is not.
No, it's fair.
Alright, Hassam, your turn.
Alright.
Now you know why I asked you about the ape, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I figured. I'm gonna cast Bestial Spirit.
What's that?
It's the basically it creates a spirit beast, summon beast.
Bestial spirit?
Summon beast.
Okay, summon spirit. Or summon beast.
Of flying. So, you want that to go after me or its own initiative?
Well, tell me. Okay, so its stats are in the stat block.
Yeah, in this spell.
Is it air, land?
It's the air one, yeah.
Air, so it's 20 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Air, spirit.
Yeah.
What else do I need to know about it?
It flies at 60 feet.
Okay.
Arm class is 13.
Okay. And so this is something that the chimera can kill, unlike
Yes.
the spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
What does
gonna
it look like?
fight. It would probably look like an owl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Owls.
Birds on birds.
So, so you summon it next to the chimera.
How far away is the chimera in the air?
It is injured, so it's only 10 feet up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, then for sure. Yeah, and I'll tell it to attack it.
I should have moved out of the way.
I'm also
Okay, me too.
I'm also
Hans
gonna
ruefully reflects.
Get 6 more hit points then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into a giant spider. And,
Very good.
And chill right next to. If I go on top of this thing, would I be close to it if it's only 10 feet tall?
Giant spider would be able to hit it if it's standing there, because it's 10 feet in the air. You're standing on something 5 feet tall. And it's got 5 foot reach, so you could hit it
Okay.
as long as it stays there.
I'll be there. And then the beast, you want to go after me?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the beast is gonna attack. Oh man, it was almost a 19, and it's gonna miss.
Okay, roll damage.
It missed.
Oh, you said you rolled 19?
Almost.
Oh.
It went 19 and then 3.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Una, your turn.
Okay, I would like to rage.
Okay, roll a d10.
That is a 9.
That is a 9. That means, I think it's
Yeah,
the
something.
entangling stuff.
Something could happen.
Number 9. Flowers and vines temporarily grow around you.
Oh.
Until your rage ends, the ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies.
Oh, that's cool.
At the end of each of your turns, roll a d4. If you roll a 1, a randomly selected ally within 15 feet of you is restrained until your next turn.
Oh, no.
If you roll a 4, a randomly selected enemy within 15 feet of you is restrained until your next turn. If you roll a 2 or 3, nothing happens. No saves.
No saves. Wow. That's
Crazy!
So
Crazy.
So, you got difficult terrain around you for your enemies wherever you end a turn. So
Okay.
you're raging, that's with your bonus action. What will you do with your action?
I want to throw a javelin at that goat head that rammed me.
Okay, great. And do you want to stand anywhere different or do you want to stay where you are?
I'm gonna. I can move a bit, right, and then do it. Be like, yeah! And get whatever.
I
Is it
guess.
okay, right? I don't know.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think you have to stand here on top of
Jumping
this
up on
barrels
that
because
thing.
I'm making those barrels difficult terrain.
Alright.
So you're standing on top of the stack of barrels and you're throwing the javelin. Roll to hit.
Okay. Ah! I'll pick a different one. That's gonna be. Oh, never mind. It's like 9.
A 9, you miss. You throw the javelin and it streaks right past one of the wings of the chimera. Okay, Jasper, your turn.
Oh wait, don't I have to roll my d4 now?
Ah, yes, thank you. Roll a d4.
Sorry if I entangle somebody.
3.
3. Nothing
Nothing
happens.
happens. Jasper's turn.
Okay, can I? So what is this? Just to remind me, is this
That's
a market stall?
That's the cart where it came out of.
Oh, that's the cart where it came out of. Okay.
Looks like we're getting some horses after this.
Hey.
Is it possible to get some cover from behind the cart and then
Yes.
shoot a ranged weapon from that
Yes.
area? I will do that. So I'll move over here. I'll try to be, I don't know. I'll try to have some cover there, and then shoot my crossbow.
You sure you don't want to shoot your new pistol?
I'm gonna shoot my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure you remember that you have your pistol.
Yeah. I thought about it. Thanks.
Roll to hit.
Okay. 21.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
Oh.
It cocked.
Mhm.
Just, okay. 6.
6.
6 damage.
So you rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2 and I get +4.
Okay. So I think with the pistol, you would get it's 2d4, so you have the chance to do more damage. So 6 damage to the chimera. The crossbow bolt flies up, and which neck does it hit?
It hits the goat's neck.
It hits the goat's neck, and we hear a sound as the crossbow bolt goes into it, and the chimera looks pretty upset. Okay.
I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration at Hassan.
Yeah.
Giant spider.
Spider, which I almost shot the crossbow at Hassan, but
The chimera looks pissed as it flies over to Jasper,
Ah!
and
Do we get 2 opportunity attacks then?
no, it's flying.
But
That's the only one that's flying.
But you said.
Oh, all
we're
right,
not-
go ahead, do
Okay.
it.
take it down.
Okay, so the beast missed, but I got a. What is this? Oh, an 18.
Okay, roll damage.
Beast has a bardic inspiration, maybe?
No, you gave it to me, not the beast.
Yeah.
2. Because if it was me, I would
Yeah.
reroll anyways, because I'm a thingy. What's the damage on this thing? Oh, it takes 5 damage, and then it does a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It takes 5 damage, the Chimera does, from you hitting it with your scimitar.
With my bite.
It got a 17, though.
So it takes 7 plus 6, 13 divided by 2.
Okay, so that's 6.
6 poison damage.
Yup, the Chimera is in pain. It regrets its decision to take 2 opportunity attacks. But it's not extremely intelligent. It was really mad about that crossbow bolt, but now it's like, what's up with that giant spider that's poisoning me? Let's see. The dragon head rears back its mouth and opens up its teeth, and you see that its teeth are weird. They're very fangy, very almost vampiric. And
I meow at it.
what? You meow at it? And it hits you, and it is very more than likely taking you down, my friend.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Should have cast heroism on myself. What happens if I go down with the heroism?
You
I guess
lose
it
it.
breaks.
Is it a concentration spell?
Yeah, he's gonna have to roll a concentration check either way here. Although someone can double check that. Okay, buddy. 3, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 damage.
Ah!
Jasper's down.
Nope. What do you mean by down?
I had you have 7 hit points.
Wait, I have 18 total.
Okay, it must be from when I was practicing.
Okay.
So you took, what did I say, 13?
13.
Okay, so you're down to 5 hit points.
I am not down yet, my friend.
It is concentration, so you have to roll a
You're down to
concentration.
5 hit points, and the Chimera gains 13 hit points.
Whoa,
As it sucks the mother effing blood out of you, you feel the life force leave your body, and you see the one non-acid melted dragon eye like glow and look really creepy. And
what do I roll?
roll a d20.
And then do I add
Your Constitution modifier.
Constitution?
Roll a d20 and tell us what you get.
That's not good. I got a 4.
Okay, you lose concentration on heroism.
Sorry, guys.
Then the lion head of the Chimera tries to bite you, Jasper,
Jesus.
and it succeeds in
What?
doing
Wasn't
so.
that what did bite?
No, it was
No,
dragon.
the
Vampire
vampire
dragon.
dragon.
And
Now I'm gonna be
you
done.
take 9 damage,
Whoa.
and now you're out. Now you're down.
Oh, go,
The,
Jasper.
Evil, horrible Chimera
Save my mother!
comes trundling over this way.
No.
Let's see, it was there, and it flew. Can it do anything? Can it do that? It's here. Nah, it can't do that.
Thing.
Alright, it's fucked. It's just stuck there. The Chimera looks angrily at you and longs to kill you. Lord Hans, your turn.
So I no longer have 6 temporary hit points as of this turn, or
Yes.
next turn? This turn,
This,
no longer.
it's gone.
It's the start of
It's
your
gone,
turn.
so you got 12 right now.
Alright, I'm going to chromatic orb acid the dragon's other eye.
Okay, roll to hit.
15.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
Alright. 12 damage to its other, right in the eye. Acid in the eye, baby.
It does not blind the creature, but the creature takes horrible damage to its face, and you see skeletal jaw bones and scully type things peeking through the surface of the tattered reptilian skin of the angry dragon. Is your turn over? Do you have any movement you want to make?
Can I eat good berries as a bonus action?
Nope.
And I'm gonna just dip a little. I'm gonna cluster a little less away from.
This might be a good cover.
All right, Daphne's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna do my bonus action first, and I'm gonna attack with a spiritual weapon. So we
Right on.
see what happens.
So what's the speed on the spiritual weapon is 20 feet, right? It's very low is the speed
yeah, one lid.
If it's 20, it made it. If it's higher than, if it's farther, if it's less
Yeah,
than 20.
it is 20.
Okay. Spiritual weapon goes over to the Chimera.
Yeah. Okay.
I keep thinking you're saying Camaro, which would be kind of cool. if you
Camaro.
funny.
Well, I'll start calling it a chimera. Start
that-
calling it a chimera.
Chimera.
Creates an interesting picture in my head. The Trans Am backs up.
A chartreuse chimera.
The Camaro.
Just make sure that's an action. Okay, so what happens is, the raven comes, not charging, but racing toward it with its talons out, and
And it's gooey.
it's gooey, it's gross, and before it strikes, it glows a brighter green as Daphne uses her channel divinity to do Touch of Death, which will make it deal an extra 11 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
So it's,
But you got to hit first.
well, it did,
It did?
a 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So it so yep, 20 total, 9 plus 11.
Nice.
Hot damn! Give me a little bit more description on that massive hit.
Yeah, right. So it glows brighter green and just like passes through it at a at a speed, and this like residue, like spiritual, not tangible residue, stays on.
Like really towerish.
Yeah, and where it's hitting, it almost functions like acid, but like the skin just grows black.
Yes, and black, tarish liquid is dripping down the face of the lion.
Yeah.
Once a regal creature, now tarred and feathered. Yes, one of its eyeballs starts dangling out of its face just because that's horrible. And the Chimera is looking hurt. Okay, Hasem, your turn.
You're done.
Oh, can I move a little bit this way?
Right.
Yeah, I just don't want to be right next to to the spider, but yeah.
Like over
Just
here.
yeah, that's perfect.
Because he has that biting problem.
Only when he's possessed. But if Camaro is going to possess him.
Yeah, I don't know if Chimera can possess me, but hopefully not. Let's see. I will add this. Save. I'm gonna do the web, and that is a 16 hit.
It hits.
All right, it is now restrained.
Okay, what's the save on that?
It's there's no save, but as an action, they can do a strength check of DC 12 to break it.
Okay, so it's restrained, which means it can't move.
It can't move, and then we have advantage on attacks.
Kill that Chimera!
All right, so this guy's gonna fly over and attack it. 19 plus 5
Hits.
Hit. So 4 plus 1. 4 plus 4 plus 2. 10 damage.
Okay, that Chimera takes some fucking damage from that air spirit that flies over and stabs down into it with some stabby air spirit energy.
Pecking at its back.
Ouch, says the Chimera. Okay, Una's turn.
Okay, I want to. I'm gonna try to move closer to it, so I can go. These are 5, right? So I can go like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Get rid of it.
Kind of. Maybe not right up to it. And then I'm gonna try to. Oh, but how close am I? Well, it's restrained anyway, but my vines are growing, coming with me. And I'm gonna try to throw a javelin at it again.
You have advantage.
I can't really
You
need
can roll
to.
plus.
You don't want to get up on it and use a scimitar?
I don't think I can get
She
close
can't.
enough.
Oh, the speed?
Yeah, I only have.
Go ahead, javelin
Yeah.
that shit.
Gonna try javelin it. Rolling with advantage. Oh hell yeah! 19.
Roll
plus-
damage.
Yeah.
I sleep through all the
That's
best
4 plus 5 to 9.
What?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so that you throw the javelin, and where does
Where's
that
the
creature
11?
get pierced?
I'm still fixated on that goat head, so I'm just like.
That goat head takes another javelin through this time the top of its head. And
Wait,
it's
should
just
that
like,
have been 11?
it sounds just like Sooty just sounded when he fought back against Tim's molestation. Yes, Sooty.
Wait,
Yes.
should that have been 11 damage? If
It's
I
a
rolled a
movie.
4, it's a 5, and then I
Are you
still get
Richard?
the 2, right?
9, 11, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Should have been 11.
Holy crap! That javelin pierces the shit out of that goat head, and the goat is like, "Meh." And this chimera is now looking more than bloodied. Oh, meh. More than bloodied. Oh.
Don't let it bite you.
Jasper's down.
Yep.
Okay, so it is the chimera's turn,
You gotta do it. Death save.
and
let's say, sorry.
If you roll a 20, you're up again.
I'm on 20. Do I add anything?
No, it's just a straight roll.
17.
Okay.
So that's
You
a
succeed.
so that's a pass.
Yeah, you
So you
succeeded.
need 3 of those to
To revive.
stabilize.
Stabilize. Okay.
And if you have 3 failures, then it goes the other way.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we got
Did it
one
do take an
success.
action to break the thing? The
Nope.
webbing? Then it's restrained, it can't fly.
what is it gonna? Oh, just take an action to do it.
Yeah, it takes an action.
Okay, so
to-
it takes an action, and it does that.
Okay.
But it's got multiple actions it can take, so that's one of its 3.
No, it's if it has multi attack, it's still an action. So it basically wastes a turn if it's gonna do that. It can still attack if it wants, but
Yeah.
it just has disadvantage.
But there's nobody around to attack. It
It could-
doesn't have its fire breath this
It could
round.
attack the bird.
It could attack a spiritual weapon? No, it can't.
This bird.
It can't because that's flying.
I mean, it's not.
If it's on the ground, that's in the air, right?
Yeah, it's flying next to it though.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'd rather break the thing. We break the thing, and then we fly over here and
All right.
take an opportunity attack from the spiritual thing.
Okay.
The spirit!
16.
Okay, you hit.
That is 4 plus 4 plus 2. 10.
Shit! This chimera is almost dead! What a dumb chimera! But at least it doesn't have any more webs on it. Woo! Alright, Lord Hans, your turn.
Lord Hans is once again going to melt off the face
Really likes chromatic orbs.
of the
What
chimera.
did he used to do all
It's
the
a
time?
brand.
So you didn't prepare magic missile, eh?
His
I did
go-to
not
before
prepare
was
magic
like
missile.
Icy,
Magic missile, I think.
17.
Yes.
icy grip of death.
Oh, his
Alright.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
this his cantrip, his cantrip.
And it takes 9 points of acid
Oh my god!
directly into the eye, melting off its vampiric face.
Okay, the dragon now has -5 to hit on both of its attacks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But it had a really high to hit beforehand. Alright, that's your turn. The chimera is looking near death. Daphne, what will you do?
Okay. The spiritual weapon. Is it 20?
20
Sorry, I'm
feet.
kind of far away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can it make it?
2, 4. Nope.
Okay.
Do you want to have it go over there anyway?
Yeah, I want it to make its way over, and then I want to use my action to dash over to Jasper.
Okay. What do you say as you're doing that?
Ah! No,
That would be hilarious.
What
I
would
think
you
it's
say?
game, right. I think it's game face. You know?
Yeah.
She's gonna save a life.
Yeah.
No one started humming the Grey's Anatomy song, and I'm happy.
Showing my age, I was thinking of MASH.
Yes!
Oh, nice.
I love Nash.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yeah.
Has some, your turn.
All right, let's see if I get my spider web back. I did it. All right. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna spider web it. Nope.
Describe the miss.
It like rears up and like shoots its web out, and it just like kind of like goes towards it like accurately, but then it just too short. So it lands over here for
It
like.
lands on the spiritual weapon
Yeah, that does nothing.
and promptly evaporates.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll just have my bird fly by it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay.
The bird goes over there. Little burb of death.
Does a 14? No, 13.
Nope.
Okay. That's that.
Okay, Una, your turn.
Okay, she's gonna, with my last jump, she's gonna run, she's gonna jump on the giant spider and be like, flip, yeah, and then scream and go, and throw a javelin at the guy again.
Very good. You get an inspiration. You get an inspiration for your running.
Woo! And it's gonna be a
Oh, I should've used
12
inspiration.
plus,
That's
something.
Fuck
What do I
it.
get a plus on?
You're doing, what are you using?
I rolled a 12. What do I got?
It's a javelin?
Yes.
Plus
12 plus 5.
Plus
17.
rage damage? Oh, no, that's damage.
No, it's damage. 17.
You hit. Roll damage.
Woohoo! Fucking 1 plus 2.
No, wait, so it's...
What do I take that to? Where's my plus 1?
Plus
2,
rage damage?
4.
Yeah.
4.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Okay, that chimera is very near to death as that javelin spike goes up into its butt. One of the butt cheeks is really damaged, and it's very confusing because there's 3 heads. So how many butts and which butt cheek belongs to which animal? We don't know. Jasper's still out, so it is the chimera's turn.
Not bad.
Yes.
The chimera lands back on the ground.
I rolled a 20!
Oh, 20? Yeah. So
I'm
you're
stabilized.
alive.
I'm not
Stabilized.
back up.
You have 1 hit point.
Yeah, so you're awake.
Yeah, you like
Boing.
woke yourself
What
up.
happened?
Whoa. Nice.
That's pretty impressive.
It's very good.
I'm like, is there more turkey? What's going on?
Mother!
Goose? Or... Oh, wait!
So the
Okay.
chimera lands back on the ground, heads over to Una, and it opens up its dragon mouth with the long vampiric fangs, and it attempts to sink the vampiric fangs into you, although it is blind, and it definitely hits even with its blinded, acid, melty face, thanks to its incredibly high whatever. And it sinks its vampiric fangs into you, Una, and you take... You're raging, yeah?
Yeah!
Well, that's good.
So
that means
mad.
you only take 4 instead of 9.
Nice.
You take 4 damage, and it gains 4 life. It still looks very weak and near to death. Let's see. And it is just really fucking angry, wants to cause a scene. It heads over to the wizard, taking an opportunity attack from the barbarian.
Yeah, just kill it. With your scimitar.
Roll it.
Ooh, this could be
Okay,
it.
I can move towards it.
No. Just roll your
Just
attack.
roll the hit.
Oh, roll the hit. I got
your
it.
scimitar
Okay.
attack to hit.
Well, that's a 9.
Plus 7, so
Plus
16.
You hit. Roll damage.
Whee!
Come on!
Oh fuck, I rolled one and I don't know which one it was. Was it that one?
You got
Okay.
the 3.
3.
Plus 5 is
Plus
8.
five.
You do 8 damage to it.
Woohoo!
It is you actually cut off one of its back feet, and as it walks away, it's dragging a bloody stump. One of its wings is not working. Its dragon head is melted, but it pours itself across the ground towards Lord Hans
What?
as the 3 heads scream in unison. And the lion attempts to sink its fangs into Lord Hans, and hits because
Oh.
their AC is very low.
Not quite, because I just hit shield, baby!
Oh shit!
Adding plus 5 to my AC!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Counter
The fangs bounce off your shield. But not to be one-upped, the creature then goes at you with its claws.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And definitely is going to hit you. Does the shield only...
No, it lasts until the next.
Okay, so what's your AC right now?
16.
It hits you.
Yeah.
It hits you. Yes, yes it does. It hits you with its claws. Lion claws sweep across your fragile form. Thick claws striking your flesh, doing only 6 damage.
Nice. Well, that's 0.
Wait a second. 8 damage.
All right.
8 damage. Taking you down to 4 hit points.
No, I had 6.
Okay.
Wait, no. Actually, no. I healed myself. Never mind. No, yeah.
I had you at 12.
No, I had 6 only.
Maybe because you were doing the temp HP, but he doesn't have temp.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have
Okay,
the-
well you're down to 0 and you're out. The creature
He
roars
swoops.
over your prone form. The lion actually vomits onto your corpse because it's so near death. You're covered in lion vomit, and the dripping acid skin of the dragon head drips onto your flesh and burns your flesh. The acid skin of the dragon that you placed there. All right.
I'm just glad he didn't hit me for 15.
Yeah.
Make a death saving throw.
Already?
Yeah, because it's your turn.
4?
Okay, that's
a
one
fail.
fail. Daphne, your turn.
Alright, the first thing she's gonna do is, so I think, Jasper's awake but still down, right? So I'm gonna do quick stitch job. So I will heal him by 5% of his hit points, round it up. And it's just, stay still and just like she's done that a bunch.
Oh, thank you.
So how much do I heal? 5% of my total hit points? Or,
Yeah, what are your total hit points?
18, and I'm going to use this fancy.
So you get 1 hit point.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I can do right now.
That's okay, so now I'm at 2, and I can do stuff.
Right,
My
and
turn
so, and bonus action,
You can reach it.
yes, it's coming! Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's an 18 plus stuff.
Nice.
So,
Could be it.
The bonus action is spiritual weapon hit.
yes.
And going down right here.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice. That is 13 total.
The chimera is dead.
So,
Describe its death.
yes. So once again, the raven comes at it at speed, but this time, rather than passing through, it dissolves onto it, so it looks like one of those birds from like an oil rescue or whatever.
Oh god.
and it falls. The tar, oil, whatever dissipates, and it's not good. It is very bad.
Isn't that good?
No. No.
And the chimera is dead.
Yes.
Its bones and skin liquefy in the oozing black tar as a puddle of flesh and guts carom across the ground.
It stained the cloak of Hans.
like rolling dice, and all of it covers Lord Hans as he lays there. There's a skin, tattered piece of skin of a wing, like an old map of a pirate map that lays across his face. And the beast is nothing but bones and ooze.
So if we're out of initiative, she's gonna sprint over, because this is like her element, gonna sprint over to Hans and just for the moment do spare the dying, which is a cantrip and it stabilizes you. So you're not up yet, but you're not rolling for death anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess is what I say.
You are out of initiative.
I'll turn back into a halfling and feed him the good berries I gave him earlier.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be 10 good berries, baby.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna eat
gonna-
my good berries.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He's
cut
back.
mine too.
One as well.
He pours many a melting acid ball into the face of the Chimera.
Ah, what
only to
happened?
have the Chimera itself melt upon his body.
What is this stuff all over me?
Right. Well,
Ah,
you pissed it off, so.
ah.
Yeah, your acid didn't.
You know, I
like
should
it.
have cast Chill Touch on it, or and it wouldn't have been able to heal itself. It
Yep.
occurs to me now.
Well,
Okay, that's what happens.
yep.
This thing actually hurt me. It's the first time I've been hurt.
This is what pain feels
This is
like.
what pain feels like.
Jasper gathers the heroes together and they turn towards the crowd of commoners, and with a flourish, we take a bow.
All right, yes.
Everybody starts clapping. Wait, roll performance.
Oh,
I'm also gonna check the Chimera, like,
Hold on.
oh, why was it attacking?
oh, natural 1. Do I get my bonuses? I
I
guess.
Yeah, what?
If you get a
Oh,
plus,
wait.
your
No, wait.
performance-
I'm sorry. I got a. This is performance or not? It's persuasion.
Yeah, which one
Right.
can't you roll?
That's what making it. Oh no, it's persuasion. Yeah, performance. I rolled a natural 1. If I get a bonus,
You do.
it's a 9.
So is it 10?
Oh no, it's 9 total.
Okay. Well, there's some spotted clapping.
You're like, what the
Voice crack.
fuck?
Spotty clapping, but most people have left.
I'm not doing that well. you know, just
The
woke
old
up.
lady sees that you're a cat and throws you one of the fish from her
Oh.
from her dress pocket.
Does it look tasty?
It looks a little old.
Okay. Thank you, kind lady. Come see my next performance. Ah, this city.
Can we check out this Chimera? Like, what's?
It was going to the Colosseum, I imagine.
Yeah. What do you want to look at?
Like,
Wish,
like, why was it like so intended on killing us, kind of thing?
What do you want to look at to discover that?
Like, its eyes, its mouth, like anything
Oh,
on it,
liquid
like.
I'd like to loot the corpses of the 2 guards and shit.
All right. So roll perception on the Chimera.
22.
22. It is a huge pile of bones and ooze, and there's very little to discover about it. It has there's a branding mark on one of its feet that shows that it belongs to the Colosseum. It's like this little circle with some lines around it that means Colosseum. You could surmise that this was a creature that they were using for gladiator fights, kind of thing. Because, this land doesn't have natural monsters in it. What did you want to do?
I'd like to loot the corpses of the 2 guards and see if there's any interesting things to be
Okay.
found there.
Hassom's just gonna spit in the direction of the
That's a
Colosseum.
natural 20.
Okay, well, there's not much of interest on these guards. There's spears and leather armor, and the usual guard stuff. These just appear to be people who are transporting.
There's no note that's like, take my dastardly beast across the bridge.
Look at the wagon.
What did you say that it has some spit on or?
Oh no, I said Hassom spits towards the Colosseum. is
Yeah, fair. Okay.
What did Unis just say?
Oh, I want to check out the wagon itself.
Yeah.
Okay, who's doing that? Una?
Someone who's
I'll
good
help.
at
I'll help her.
No, yeah. You check it out yourself, and he'll help you.
Okay.
That'll be our non-metagame way of
Yes.
you checking out that carriage.
Go check out the carriage.
So roll perception on the carriage or investigation. Your call.
Roll again.
With
Roll
with
that again.
advantage. Thank you very much. Oh, 19.
Much better.
Yeah, thanks
Much
for
better
that.
than a
That was
one.
a leap. That was a leap from the 1.
Okay, so you take a really close look at the carriage, like half-orc Sherlock Holmes of sorts, touching
Smelling.
the wheels, the metal thing that binds the wooden wheels. I can speak English, I swear.
Yeah.
And as you're investigating, you notice that the axle on the wheel that fell off had been filed
Sabotage.
and was in a very dangerous position before it snapped.
I suspect the Coughlins. Wow. This was all set up.
And with my new newfound powers, I have magic awareness, so there's nothing magical going on this wagon.
No.
Has been cut. I said, check it out.
Mm. Yeah.
Someone cut this axle nearly to the point of breaking.
Cheeky.
What is wrong with people that they would bring something like this into
Gotta
the
take
city?
the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can detect the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
Ooh.
And she can sense what school of magic it belongs
At all
to.
times?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
Really?
cool.
You have like constant.
You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus
Yes, this is
Oh,
true.
okay.
between each long rest.
That's too.
That's cool.
So she's a walking detect magic.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
So the fire shooting out of her chest, she's like, "There's magic there."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else are you guys up to?
What did how many horses was carrying this carriage?
2.
Oh, I'll get on top of one of the horses.
The horse is
spider.
I'll ritual cast speak with animals.
The horse is
Oh,
like,
nice.
hey, get off me, man.
Where are you going? Do you want to be set free?
Sure.
All right, let's set you free.
The horse heroically, as you cut its binds, goes. its hooves go up in the air and it gallops off into the city. As people scream, you hear screaming in the distance.
Someone's trampled. Ah!
Another day successful.
I would like to use animal handling to try to go calm down the other horse so it doesn't also barrel into the city. So I can't talk to it, but I'm just gonna.
I could talk to that one too.
If you want.
Roll animal handling.
Ooh.
You guys are okay for
23.
Okay.
A lot of experience with horses.
Describe your calming of the horse.
Oh, just I think she knows like precisely like where on the nose, you know, to pet it or whatever, and has that like calm energy you need because otherwise they get, you know, even more so. But it's just like second nature.
And with your rolling of a 23 and your skills with animals, you also notice that one of the nails in the horse's shoe is askew,
Oh.
and you're able to remove it
Yeah.
and fix it, and the horse is deeply grateful to you.
Cool.
And it licks your hand.
Oh.
Aww.
Did you still want to talk to it?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, so what do you want to do, horse?
This lady's really nice.
You want to hang out with this lady from now on?
Ask it who filed off the axle on the wagon.
You want to hang out with this lady from now on?
This lady's really nice.
What happened to the nail? How did you get that nail in your foot?
The blacksmith put it in incorrectly, and I can't speak English, so I can't speak common, so I couldn't tell him.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I've been walking with pain in my foot for a couple weeks now. So
Wow.
thank you very much, nice lady.
Which I can't keep speaking horse, so I can't.
Well, yeah, I'll translate. I'll translate.
Okay, because it could be like, oh, those asshole blacksmiths. But this happens all the time.
You haven't happened to see anybody go underneath the wagon and do something weird, have you?
The horse thinks for a while. Well, last night when I was in my stable and things were very dark, I saw a little figure messing around with the cart, but didn't get a good look at this person, and I didn't really think much of it because my hay was delicious.
That's great.
Now, when you say little, do you mean little like me, little like him?
More like him.
Mm-hmm.
The horse is like, so, maybe you would like to set me free too?
Sure, set you free! What?
It's just gonna be like, if you could get your friend to chill out in the city, that would be great.
the horse raises its hoof, its right hoof, and it's like, I solemnly swear.
Okay.
Remain
see.
calm and go find my friend and tell him to calm down too.
Go.
And you're free.
The horse kind of like more sedately is like, and then it sedately like gallops into the city to look for its friend. Yeah, just cantering.
Yes.
So, I imagine you guys are going to continue to the Mage College.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Goodberry for myself. Anyone else need?
I'd love some
Please.
good berries.
I have 7 more Goodberries if anybody wants them.
Can I have? How's everybody else doing?
I would need 6 more to get.
I'm back at
full
full,
strength.
so I'm good.
And how, Una, are you alright?
I'm not at full, but I have 30 HP.
Can I get 4 good berries, please?
So 4 and then 3?
Or do you want to just get? He can have 4. I'll take 3.
Well, how many total did you say?
7.
And you need something, right?
Well, and I could cast Healing Word too. I mean, I could do that. People need. You want to? Can we get? I can
It
take
smells
care
like
of-
Meek's dropped a deuce over there.
6.
I'll take 4 good. Yeah.
You know what? I will. I'll heal.
I'll just do another one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So
Okay.
so you can take 6. You need 6 as well.
Yeah.
And then
4.
5. Okay. Anyone want 1?
For later.
Yeah.
So
Anyone want to hold on
Sure.
to 1?
I'll hold on to 1.
All right.
Think.
There you go.
Thank you.
Meek's
Queen
this thing
Slayer.
where she takes it out and then she
Delicious.
throws the
These
litter
are
everywhere.
Perfect.
It's all over the ground.
Thank you,
back
Queen
there.
Slayer
Slay,
and
you know?
Liberator
Yeah.
of horses.
Yeah.
We'll sweep up all the litter, and then she'll just throw it everywhere.
Yeah.
20
What
minutes
you
later.
doing, man? You're like I'm doing all.
She's having a grand old time throwing the sand around. It seems like over there.
So, you know, as so everyone's heading to the Mage College, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, as you're headed there, you remember that you have a time-sensitive criminal errand that you forgot you needed to handle today.
What today?
Yeah. Since you're the player, you're not going to be here on Saturday, February 4th, which is our next
That's right.
session.
Oh, it's Saturday. Oh yeah, then no. You're
Right. You're not going to be here on Saturday.
Oh, I see. I was
Saturday,
like,
February
what?
4th.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I will need to go sit this one.
Right. So you remember that while everybody's walking to the Mage College,
Uh-huh.
you remember that you have a time-sensitive criminal activity
I
which
do.
must be taken care of immediately. So
Yes.
you say to your friends,
Right. Try not to die while I'm gone, please.
Where are you going?
What?
I know. We all have unfinished business, I would guess. Still in town, right?
Yes, but what
This
is the nature of your errand?
Ask me no questions, I will tell you no lies.
Well, fair enough. Keep your secrets.
all right. So Daphne slinks off into the city, trying to avoid any more Chimera bridges and malarkey as you all head towards the Mage College. And I'd love to play through the Mage College thing today, but I don't think there's time to unless anyone wants to. It's Sunday night. Unless anyone wants to stay till 10:30 instead of 10.
I gotta go to bed, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to play through the Mage College too, but I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it
I didn't expect the Chimera to last so long, but
It's healing. It's
That
healing bites.
Vampiric.
It's all good.
yes, it's vampiric fun. So our
Terrible initiative.
Our
Yeah.
next session is on Saturday, February 4th from 6:30 to 10:30. It's a Saturday night, so hopefully the 46-year-old can stay up till 10:30 that night. We'll be playing from 6:30 to 10:30 on Saturday, and maybe if we find a time, we'll do like a one-on-one
Sure.
secret criminal activity
Ooh.
role play. All right, let's do checkouts and discussion. Oh, and yes. So here's what we'll do. What did you enjoy about the session today? What is something that someone else did that you thought was amazeballs?
What is your vote as the player as to the next big piece of the mission? And I think that's it. Anything else you want to add? You want to kick us off?
Sure. Just personally, it was really nice for Daphne to be able to do something that helps. You know, this is all stuff that she did before things got bad, so it's good to like remind her that part exists, so she's not one track. There was so much I loved though, so I'm probably gonna steal a lot of things. I'm sorry. I was telling Julie, like, the drunk RP was just A+. I love that everybody's really leaning in. I want to protect Hazem with everything I've got. He's a little nugget. And like, Jasper's a sweetie pie, and Hans is so unapologetically himself. Like, I love how you're leaning into him, Tim, especially like hating on his ex, you know, like that's great. And then in terms of where to go, and also have to acknowledge the excellent role play from Jake, you know, with me, with Mike, you know, this is so good. Okay.
Thank you.
So yes, in terms of
All of your compliments today have been deeply appreciated about the battle from last time and everything. It really means a lot to me.
Good. Thank you.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you put in a lot of work and it shows. Well, like I said, Daphne does not want to go to Bergon, but so she'd prefer to go to Parvus, but me as a player, I'm fine with whatever y'all decide next time. It'll be an interesting story either way.
Okay, and
Pass turn?
all right, Timothy. Probably
Hello.
like a raccoon out there eating something that we left.
I think it was a young girl ghost.
Oh yeah!
God, don't
What?
scare me.
Pigtails.
Mr. Wallace.
What did I like especially about today? I enjoyed the battle. I enjoyed, yes, your role play. I liked that it was a chimera. I liked that it was a fucking funky D&D beast from Monster Manual 1.
Yeah.
I was expecting this snake tail as well.
I think that's a manticore, right?
Yeah,
Is it
maybe.
snake tail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was awesome to fight I liked the tone change from lots of like inter-party roleplay into a straight up monster that Hans is ill-equipped to deal with because he can't be charmed, hypnotized, or slept, or anything. So it's just like, okay, I gotta fucking do damage. The only way.
Asible.
Yeah.
Asible.
Yes,
Asible.
I'm just
We're
gonna
gonna quit.
spam that stuff. Something that I liked that another player did was Jasper's flourish to the crowd, to the fish-mongering crowd at the end of the. And it was so note perfect.
And he got a fish out of it.
I also liked that it was a battle where I got killed. Hans is squishy. As for where to go, so do we have two choices or are there more than that? So there's Parvus, Burgonia.
Well, you have a million
World out
choices.
there.
Yes.
And you talked about them during the game, so
Yes.
you know all the choices.
Well, I as a player
Yeah.
don't have a preference because Hans doesn't have a preference. Hans is just along for the ride. So Hans actually has taken a liking to his feline friend and would like to help his mother find the cure. He's also very interested in meeting, Aloysius Killshaw's cousin or sister or whatever the relationship
Yeah.
in Parvus, and talking to her about what the hell is going on with Aloysius and what she might have said about the queen. But mostly Hans is very intrigued about what's going to happen no matter what, which is speaking to the head of the Mages College, who he would very much like to know much more about, as well as the Hans is a little nervous about approaching the Temple of Gazul without his companion Daphne.
Well, maybe
But-
that can be something. Maybe I can lay
Yeah.
some groundwork.
She has, but she has some sort of wholesome veterinary errand that she has to attend to.
Yes.
Birthing a sheep.
I should
in
probably
some
make sure
pasture
the horses
somewhere.
are okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Taking them to pasture.
We might
All creatures great and small.
we might save the temple for
Yeah.
Daphne.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other stuff we can do, but I mean, you're starting with the mage
Yeah,
college.
By the
Sure,
way,
but if it
I-
goes that way naturally.
I feel
then-
equipped to speak to the Temple of Gazul as well.
Yeah, I just think she's a Tactilius person, so
Yeah.
I think not having her for the temple is not good.
It would be interesting.
So, but
Okay.
I'll let you know what's happening with the brew. But
I think the Mages College is going to be a really
Yeah.
fascinating place. I think there's so
Yeah.
much arcane.
We get there.
fun
It's
stuff.
closed. Defunded.
Yeah, under new management.
I suppose if it makes sense, it would have made sense in game to like have the timeline of the temple. Maybe we can just retcon it too.
We
Like
got other stuff.
missing
We got
It's
Mage's
always-
Cup, we got
just
Angry Family.
leave it to the DM.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay,
Cross-
great.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just,
not trying to overstep. Just
no, I just mean don't worry.
Okay.
We'll hit. I got it covered. I think that the characters. I think that the characters would know that they should go to the temple of Tactilius and Gazul with
Yes.
the
With the Raven Lady.
Tactilius
Like, yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
The characters would know that that would be best. And
Yes.
with her on an errand, they should save it. And leave it to the DM to fill the
Yeah,
time.
sure.
That Chimera took half a session,
That's
so
true.
I'm not gonna have any problem
Okay, great.
keeping everybody busy with useful things.
Excellent.
So where were we? Timothy, you voted. You said about the cat bowing
Must be all dying.
and what you enjoy. All right, so Jasper, it is your turn.
Two things I really enjoyed. One, I just enjoyed having an isolated combat where I don't have to think about like what am I saving, what am I using. That was like fun
Yeah.
just to have like this great big monster combat. But it's
Yeah.
not like we're in a dungeon. What's
Right.
what's gonna be next? So we could just kind of like it was really fun.
Go
that way.
Nova.
Yeah.
You don't have to conserve resources.
Right. So I could cast like heroism and it's concentration. I don't have to think about casting another spell or whatever. I don't know. I could just. And then I just love all the detail, Jake, that you bring to it. And I think my favorite recurring character is his name Crunchin Schneck, which is a great name. And I love like listening to what he's eating and the visual of these nobles kind of sipping this soup kind of unwillingly, but having to do so just to be in the room with him or whatever. It's great. Well, he's like, this is great soup. It was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was great. I loved watching Hassam have to respond in character to like, another Hassam. And in real time, seeing how we all like laughed at it, but seeing how Hassam had to like react to that and be kind of Hassam with Hassam was wonderful. Great role playing, everyone. Loved getting drunk with Una. I think either option would be awesome. It'd be really neat to see what happens to Jasper if he goes to Parvus and is mixed among Tabaxi, given his pathway. And great to see what Lady Killshaw did. But I think really in character, he would want to like go and get the cure for his mom. So I think that would be my vote. Would be to go to Borgonia.
Wait, you.
I kind of.
The cure as opposed to the temporary. So it
Yeah, I
sounds
think
like,
I would-
yeah.
Oh, the one that's on the border between Liebenstag and Bourgogne?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be my vote. But I'm happy with whatever.
Okay. Awesome, thank you, Julia. I know your name's not Julia.
That's alright. Oh my gosh, I love so many things. I loved all of the conversations and role playing, and my favorite line was Schneck saying, "I'll wear it for fun."
Unflappable.
With his ring. Okay.
Oh, the queen's dead? Oh, well, so
Yeah.
it's memento.
And in my mind, I can't not picture Chang from Community in the since deleted episode where he's the black elf.
The drow.
I don't
Yeah,
know if you know
the
that.
draw, yeah.
Yeah.
It's him as the dark elf.
I on that note, I have Pierce's. Every time we play, I'm like, I'm gonna win this time.
Yeah.
Another thing I love is like every combat, Jasper like goes down.
Oh.
He just
Thank
said
you.
he only has 18 hit points.
Thank you for.
Yeah, you're
for-
right.
I know, that's my concern of having a battle when Daphne isn't around. Like, we're all gonna
Be
try.
careful.
Yeah, just so much. I love the world. I loved the morality test was just funny, all of the responses. And oh my
Personality
God,
test kind of.
so good. And all the characters staying true to themselves, and I'm excited to go anywhere. Yeah, Una's has great interest in Jasper's mom's cure, but also is like very nervous now that anybody who's having a personality change is just deeply suspect. So the angry family or whatever, but also just because of Hans's vision that it was like the two that we know was like Rocinante and Bourgogne, so that's what she's. But she also has a soft spot for Parvus just because it always sounded really nice when it was described to her back in the back.
So everywhere.
Everywhere, so yeah, she's very much everywhere is new for her. So she's like, hey.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't think she has a hard set thing. But she gets really irritated with all the talk of like who should lead, because she's deeply suspect of the whole thing. She wants revolution.
Yep.
New system. But it's great, so great.
All right, Michael.
Yeah, I thought a lot of it was awesome. I do look forward to seeing Stephen the Druid again. And Stefan.
Yeah, that was inspired.
Stefan. Yeah, you did a great drunk. Amazing. Kind of stuff that was said before, but like I like that like you're like trying to look for the performance in the fight on a bridge against Cappyrnia. You're like, is there a crowd forming? Well, then I guess we should do something about this. And then at the end, you're like, thank you. That was pretty funny. Lord
We're like
Hans.
the saviors of the realm, and now the city is in danger.
Yeah.
You know, people should be. Yeah.
Lord Hans, where you suggested he could be a great ruler, and he's like, yes, I could be a great ruler, just not at this second because of what's going on. Yeah, so that was really good, and you know, the secrets, so many secrets. Doesn't share any secrets with the group. This is funny.
But as a player, getting to know a little more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we know, but we don't.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Knowledge is power.
Yes.
I also want to say I just love where the fight took place, because I did not expect to get into it on a bridge. Because we were just talking about the bridges. So
I love-
then
yeah,
suddenly
when
it's
he-
like,
when he
oh
started
yeah.
breaking up the tiles.
Yeah, when he started breaking
We're
us
just
out,
on
I'm
a
like,
bridge,
alright, well.
I was like, yes.
Anybody else want to see who's on the porch?
Yeah.
I think it's wind. It sounds
Yeah,
like
it was getting wind. That's the door opened up.
Yeah. It sounds like wind is knocking over things.
Yeah, the box and the bottle.
Yeah.
Things
I
to
might
blow
hear
over.
rain too.
Huh.
It's the real world out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did you have a?
Yeah, he would prefer to save your mother. That's just handsome though.
Either option is
It's true.
in a way.
Well, one actually saves your mother.
Yeah.
The other one's just for now.
Mm-hmm.
So he would prefer to actually save your mother.
So we're going. A vote for we're going.
Yeah, or it's in between that area. Because if we do the other one, it slows it down, but doesn't actually save her.
Right.
So he would prefer to do the saving of her.
It's yeah. People are torn. Good thing. We don't have to only do one or the other, right? So let's do let's just do a show of hands vote. And it doesn't mean that what you vote for will happen, but it's just good to know where the crowd is leaning. And you can vote Bourgogne, Parvus, or abstain/other. Okay, everyone in favor of Parvus as the next place to go, raise your hand.
Hey, alright.
Okay, everyone in favor of Bourgogne as the next place to go, raise your hand.
Is that where the cure is, or is it?
It's on the border of Bourgogne and Liebenstein.
The suspend it for a couple of years, like let her live for a couple of years more, and she's not gonna die, but not cure it is in Parvus, and the cure it is it's a flower that grows in lava, and the two places that the person mentioned were to the north, like between the Elvendel and Unskild, and then up on the border between Liebenstein and Bourgogne, where there must be a volcano that's growing.
May I ask where the capital is relative to where we'd be going for the flower?
Capital of Bourgogne.
Yeah.
The capital of Bourgogne is Vauvage, which means widow, I think,
Wow.
widowhood, and it's
Zamda.
So the capital of Bourgogne is Vauvage, and it's right there. There's a mountain, so the lava shit is probably right there.
Okay.
The Parvusian lichen stuff grows in this forest. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's some cure type stuff over here, and over here.
I think she'd be persuaded to go to the volcano, but like stay away from.
So we would want to do double, okay, because there's also the fight against Galacticosha. We know Bourgogne has
Yeah.
the Prime Minister.
Oh, we're not ready to do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Do we have votes for other or abstain? Because I think it's like 2 hands not go up or 1.
I would go to the cure, which is on the border. So if they're going to Bourgogne, I guess it's on the way.
Yeah, if you're going on foot to Bourgogne, you're going through Liebenstein.
Ooh.
It's
I
it's
mean,
on the way.
Hopefully we got some kind of teleportation circle going on, but yeah.
Well, but we also don't know where the teleportation
Yeah,
circle
if it
will
drops
take us,
us-
and it will probably take us to the
To the
capital.
capital. I'm on the fence, so I could be swayed to Parvus too, because my thinking is even if we could treat his mom, to buy some time,
Exactly.
that
Right.
we could then
Well, I have some.
keep going.
It sounds like there's like
And there's that army.
we're still pretty on the fence, and I have some ideas about some stuff that'll happen.
Cool.
But you guys are getting pulled in multiple directions. Like you just got a quest telling you to go to Bourgogne.
Yeah.
You've got reasons to go to Parvus, so you're getting pulled in both directions. So whichever way the party chooses to go is fine. I guess you're not going to go to either place next session
Right.
unless something special happens.
Jump into teleportation.
That'll be fine, by the way, like if you decide.
I mean, Jake, one thing I'd throw out there is like as a player, I'm having a great time. So if you feel, and there doesn't seem to be a strong feeling
Yeah.
among the group, like if you feel like I really, you have some ideas, like you really want to run with.
Well, I have a plot thing that might happen next time, and that might contribute to your decision. But
Okay.
the first thing that's going to happen next time is you're going to the Mages
Mages
College.
College.
If we get
and
there.
if a chimera doesn't eat you, you're headed to the Mages College, and you might get more information there, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So we'll see what happens.
Excellent.
So who doesn't have inspiration right now? Anybody not? Everybody have it?
I got one back, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
I'm gonna
used it
do
when I
my thing.
Yeah.
So I liked your use of the air spirit and the giant spider. I think I thought of giant spider when I practiced the chimera, but I didn't actually do it.
What did you
I
do?
did the ape. I did the
Oh,
ape
you
of
did the
throwing
ape with
things,
the throws.
and then I had you cast a spell instead. But I don't know druid, so I expected you to surprise me. So I liked what you did with that and the spirit weapon. I love the spiritual weapon RP.
Yeah, that was great.
And
Oh my gosh,
we had heard about you had told me what it looked like, but I love the RP of it, and it led to a lot of good imagery.
And it did a bazillion damage.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of inflict wounds being on the spiritual
Well,
weapon.
it's not inflict wounds. It's a death cleric thing where it's a channel divinity. So like once per short rest, if it says in the spiritual weapon text that it counts as a melee attack, that you can add that necrotic damage once to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I'll read about it. But
Yeah.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Lord Hans, I really enjoyed your reply about you being a good king, and also your acid damage helped a lot during that fight against the monster that had 100 hit points. The acid helped a lot. Yes, Jasper, I'm enjoying your use of your food interest. Your character's food interest is driving the story in interesting ways, and your interest in performance. So I like how your character is informing your decisions. And Una, yes, great drunken RP, and I liked your bringing forward, like, let's talk about my magic stuff and why I'm fielding magic, and let's
Totally.
examine that.
That was great.
So that was good. I had a lot of fun today. It's really fun for me. And it's the nice things that you say to me make me feel very good inside.
they're true.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that we have to wait 2 more weeks to play, and I'm bummed that Laura's not playing that day. I think I exhausted my calendar, like we exhausted our calendar to find that Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I talked to her and we looked at the
Yeah.
calendars and everything, and it just there's no way to do it otherwise.
Yeah.
So we shall soldier on, and glad to have her here in person for the
Yeah,
first
and I'll be back with
time in
bells
several
on.
months.
So, you know.
All right.